overhaul units standing in front of you at this time as they stare down at Nia and her brother.
I see nothing.
It's just Knox in the corner covering his eyes. If I can't see you, you're not there. If I can't see you, you're not there.
Exactly.
If you can't see me, nothing bad's gonna happen.
Exactly. And
I love that concept. Can we just adopt that concept?
And the best part is, if I can't see them standing, even better.
I don't think you need. Can you blind vision fire? Anyway, whenever you're ready.
Yep. So I was recording when you started making that thing statement about Zanaya, so we're all giggly now.
Hi everybody. Welcome back to D&D Fall of Lumos. My name is Sean, and also known as Swan, and we're going to be doing another wonderful game. Can anyone give me an update to what happened from last game?
Bitches be dead.
Bitches are dead.
Fucking dead enough.
I mean, she's been devoured and partially digested. I think that's pretty fucking
Yeah,
bad.
I want that fucking chirp, and I want the fucking dagger.
Well, Nia can help you melt that shit out.
So for our players that could, and people who could not see the game from a distance, I will go ahead and let you know about what our players found following the destruction of the tower, as well as the defeating of Overhaul.
Tower.
So, if people remember,
I know
Aspen Beam and a fight to take down the authority that was holding her back from taking down Omiya 6 went on a rampage. And in the last throes of fighting, decided to summon what she thought would be a formidable companion, but was actually leading to her death. As instead of summoning a solar dragon, she summoned a lunar dragon, which are not nice creatures. Minor details. To her surprise,
I'd honestly love to know how the hell she managed to fuck that up.
I think there's a reason, and that should be investigated. Anyways, continue.
It's called hubris, and she didn't do her research.
Only our elders were able to call upon the help of our dragon brethren. One that is not so skilled ends in tragedy.
Too little, too late. Sucks to suck.
Leaving only her shoes, her bloodied feet in her shoes, and one of which taken away.
Wicked West bullshit.
One of which being taken away by one of your companions.
Yay!
You guys have successfully completed the fight, and you're looking over the course of the battlefield. So to say to everyone, these are what you found looking at the reminiscing parts. The dragon's body lays in a heap against the broken stone bridge leading to the spire. Dark black blood seeps from the dripping of its mouth, eyes open and glazed over slowly, as each drip seems to freeze upon landing upon the ground. The shot that was made by Nox was clean. A bore hole stands in the center of its skull, and a nature check would be required to harvest whatever is necessary from this dragon. You will also know that as... Sorry, brain fell apart here. Ms. Vale, you attempted to harvest this dragon with a 16 for nature. You had begun to pull your blade through the tightly knit scales of the dragon's belly to find the contents inside, hopefully making some sense of the salvageable mass. It is wicked dead. It is wicked dead. The spinal column was shattered because the bullet went right on through. It was a nice clean break. The skull, although mostly intact... I'm sorry?
Our boy does good work.
Our boy does do good work. Clean shot Knox. As the
Please
skull
can
does
we stop
have...
calling him that forever and ever and ever now?
Good boy?
Sorry, please. No. Clean shot Knox.
Clean shot Knox.
I think he's been saddled with it, yes.
One shot, one kill.
I love it.
The skull is mostly intact, but does have a sizable hole in the center. It is salvageable, but there is a large missing portion of the frontal lobe. You can still cut through the belly, but as you begin to cut through, you do find that you're starting to meet some resistance. It seems that you finally have reached the stomach. Councilwoman Aspen Beam is dead. Frozen inside the bloody
No
Mr.
shit. I mean, thank God for small mercies. Sorry.
You're fine. She's frozen effectively in this kind of like oblong shaped mass of ice, blackened ice. It's cold to the touch, and she seems to be almost in suspended animation as lunar dragons tend to
No,
swallow their
she's
meals and then
fucking
freeze
dead.
them. Oh yeah,
And if she
she's
ain't
she's
fucking
very
dead,
dead.
she's going to be after somebody stabs you through the eyes. I'm not
Her
being
blood
sadistic at all.
The
her
eyes or
bloodshot
the ice or both?
Both.
Go for the
her
eyes, boo. Go for the eyes.
All right,
her bl-
let's continue.
Sorry.
her bloodshot eyes and screaming look are still viewable through the black ice. The only thing really left noticeable of her is her chirp and a unique dagger that seems to have
Yeah,
been
that's
flash
coming out.
frozen in her possession. You guys were able to collect 6 pounds of raw dragon meat, which is sellable by 60 gold pieces per pound. And I will say that it does go pretty fast. So if you don't do anything with it, it's gonna stale pretty soon. You find
How
five
fast is
vials,
fast? Out of
five
interest.
vials of dragon blood, each worth 125 gold pieces. 10 dragon's teeth worth 25 gold pieces each. And you are successful in getting the shattered skull. Unfortunately, without any help, you're not going to be able to get that skin. Not in a sellable way.
Compression.
Nia will also lend a hand if she's available. Actually,
Yay! Thank you.
I mean, that's what Nia does. Besides, she's curious about the whole dragon bits.
The
You
genitals
guys
are
can go
under the second
Oh,
layer.
not that kind of bits, just
as a delicacy in some place.
Oh God, I don't want to visit those places.
Rocky Mountain
So,
oysters, baby.
No, thank you.
Ilnaya, you would know that as I had mentioned in the message, you had returned to portions of the city that were under siege, and while looking at the destruction around, you very quickly started to pick up that people took notice of your presence. And as I had said in the messages, it's one thing for celebrities to speak loudly. It's more so for them to be on the ground, to be actually being a part. And people have definitely taken notice that
Bro.
the individuals of the last call don't just show up after the battle. They are part of the fight and they come to seek out the refuge. That family that lost two of their loved ones had come to seek you out and could only hope to embrace you for having saved their lives of what their crumbling home is now in a wreck. You have
Hypothetically, is the water genocide still around? Does she need to be wary of the water genocide who's trying to set her up with her son? I'm just
no, she's
curious
at
if that was the
they,
one.
they were up at the library. This is a different set of family, but I can bring
Oh,
them
thank
back in
God.
at any
No,
time.
please, God, no. Your accent is wonderful, and I want to hit her.
Oh, Nia's just trying to be helpful.
I'm trying to blend in, darling. I'm just trying to blend in. Dear God, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Eris, while you're going through the
This is
parts and pieces of overhaul, you will very quickly notice that this is one large, complicated piece of machinery and mess. You can finally find what was salvaged, had gone, or what had eventually gone wrong inside. An elaborate and highly decorated spelljamming helm sits within the cramped space, surrounded on all sides by shock coils. These were the hearts of the autonomes and warforges that you guys were
Oh.
found that being extracted and seems to be part of the power source for overhaul. The ley line systems
okay.
within appears to be intact as you did not do severe damage to the outer casing, but you can see that a series of arcane monitors do indicate power lines. This thing is an abomination of power and morality together. You will find that here and there are indications of system failures, probably from the destruction of two of the chambers that were holding shards of old power. You can see blood that was spattered against the helm that has begun to dry, the last remnant of a fallen idol. This chair will take time for you to review and understand, as it was appears to have been custom made for Aspen Beam herself. And one notable thing that you do see from the left arm is that there is a junction point appearing to be where Aspen Beam's chirp would have linked up with this helm. You may need to perform an Arcana check to begin reviewing the systems over the course of the next 24 hours.
Already shot at you.
Well, at least he's aware.
He was
This
waiting.
man was just waiting for the roll number. He didn't care which.
He just wants to make numbers happen.
He wants that
Honestly, don't
neck.
we all?
I want that everything. He can have the mech. I want all the information and the shards and the everything and the dragon. And the Aspen Beam.
I mean, she's already. Stop!
want
Stop!
every
She's already
piece of her.
dead!
The Grave
Roving-
can have most of her.
Oh, sorry.
I want
Eric-
all of her technology.
Eris,
Okay.
as you kind of start to flicker through, this is where I get to start playing with things real fast.
Yee! Exciting.
Not that. Let's do. You attempt to go ahead and start things up, and you still can hear that the system is having overall mechanical failures.
Pop, 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 pop. System overload. System overload.
You need to get up for
You'd-
voice acting. Jesus.
You'd think that you'd probably need to get set up with getting the key systems up and running first before overhaul can be moved, but given that it is a huge sized robotic creature, you don't think it's going to go anywhere real fast. I will mind you and letting you know that you are only allowed to be attuned to one chair at a time, so should you decide to go ahead and begin attuning to this one, you will lose your control of your own Spelljammer unless you hand it off to someone.
Uh-oh.
Amira.
Is this chair better than the one we currently have in it?
It is a minor helm.
You may have to
There
explain
you
that.
It doesn't have like the special power of your your helm, but it can fire a spell.
Ooh, nice.
It does not.
Yeah, I'm saying nice. We still got good shit.
Vale hears the machine powering up and looks over at it quietly. Hey, do you need her chirp? Not that she assumes Eris can hear her, but she hopes that Eris could hear her. But he might have his head in a computer for too long, so he might not be able to hear her.
I'm very much wrapped up in what I'm doing here, trying to get this thing either going or
Oh
figuring
god,
this
I
thing
can
out.
hear the hyperfocus in your head. I can deal with this. But Vale was trying, seeing if you could hear her. If you can't, shrug. She got shit to do. People to dismember.
Rovan,
People.
your confusion as you try to blend back in with the surrounding area makes you realize that
He's
it's
got
been a very
spotlight on
loud
him.
and busy day, and the spotlight has been on you for too long. It's also a little bit of a disgust to you about the fact that one of your own kind, a spell jamming astral elf, which have been known to be of some of the more far end high quality, I wouldn't say far end high quality, but more aristocratic elves of the wild space, would summon something as unprofessional. How would you describe it to have summoned a lunar dragon instead of an elaborate solar as your people have for a long time?
She disgraces us all. She was
Yeah,
clearly
but
not as good as she thought she was. Had she been better in all aspects, she would have succeeded. We are fortunate that she was an imbecile.
for once there, I actually agree with you.
You turn to the skies to look up at what was the ruins of the tower, and although the tower no longer stands at its peak, a good portion of it still remains. Just the telescopic portion is gone. And from it, you see this serpentine like amount of energy that seems to be rising up from the ruins back towards the sky. Almost, never severing itself from the sun, although it's not as nicely made and newly fangled as it was before. Omiya still has power,
Thank God.
and Nox left you guys.
Hmm.
Twitch, twitch, twitch. He better come back, because if he doesn't come back, within 2 hours, Vale's gonna go look for him. Or Vale might Vale might intend to go looking for him, but if he doesn't show up within 4 hours, oh my god, he's gonna die when he gets back.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And
He'll come back within 4 hours.
we will actually go ahead and say, first of all, immediately following the events, what do you guys do?
Well, Nia has buzzed off, gone to check on the people who she, tried to wrangle to safety. She will come back after meeting with that family and talking with them and, encourage, like, I won't say encouraging necessarily, that seems like the wrong word, but trying to, like, bolster their spirits and, promising what help she can give and seeing them to, like, at least a temporary place to stay and, like, just, helping organize people into the assorted, or at least checking and seeing where has vacancies and passing that along to what people she can find. She's obviously not an organization. She's one person, but she is trying. And I suppose that counts for something.
You head back through the city and to some of the sections of the city that have not yet been destroyed. You will find that some people will start to cheer your presence as you head back, almost like a victory lap.
Yeah, just sort of kind of waves it off a little bit, looks rather mortified at certain points, but smiles, waves, glad hands.
Those whose houses weren't destroyed. Sorry, go ahead.
She does her best to not be too obtrusive, and she goes to see what she can do for the people who need things done.
Okay. Eris, Rovin, Vale,
She comes
you
back
three.
after
Vale AFK bathroom.
Right.
Eris and Rovin.
I'm still working on this mech. This mech has
Still gonna
become
work on the.
a thing.
Are you gonna be here overnight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Robin will return to the warehouse and go check on, well, I guess, the eel and the brain rat at this point.
The brain rat.
And Vale,
Make
you
sure
said
that
you were.
the only intelligent member of our party is fed and watered.
Oof. Vale's still AFK.
And, Vale's still AFK. Okay.
Give her a minute.
And Nox, are we going with what I had sent you the message of earlier as your?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Absolutely.
You're fine.
Yep, we're going with that. And whatever your discretion is for the time frame there.
I think she was also going to ask you though to have compression help her with the nature check. Now, is he good with nature?
I'll look. And I did give compression a baseline instruction, which is if I do not instruct, their instructions are just good enough. They only have athletics and perception for skills. What would nature be?
Nature.
Yeah, nature is nature.
Intelligence. Yeah, he has a -3 to that.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Ilnai, I will let you intrude on this if you want to
Yes,
help
Nia
save
is
the situation.
Nia will come back after a little bit, and I'm assuming it would take a while for like Vale to get to the point of like actually, going in and
Probably.
Drag-
My blades
Dragon
are pretty
scales will not
sharp,
allow.
but
Yeah,
not that
dragon
sharp.
scales will not let you in that easily.
yeah. So Nia
I want
will
the
probably be back in
scales
an hour or two, and like,
and the heart
hey, what
and
are
the
you
tongue.
doing? Oh, hey. Ah, yes.
Darling, all these things are lovely alchemical situations. Do you have any ability to take this poor son of a bitch apart, because at the end of the day, I want the woman and all the things off of her.
Can we can we finagle a little bit of arcana for this too, since it is a magical creature?
But I want all the
Oh,
scales, and you need a new set of armor, darling.
what
Mortis, how
exactly?
do you feel about a
s-
sword?
Sorry, you asking me?
I'm
I'm
honestly just like throwing all the things that might stick at the wall. It's a young dragon, so I don't think we're going to be able to make all these things.
But
But I
we
want
can,
all the things
see
that we can
what's
potentially have.
we
If
can
nothing
see
else,
what.
I want to make the goddamn necromancer at your alchemy guild like salivate at all the things we can have, or that we
I
can
mean,
sell them.
That is obviously going to happen.
I want some money.
We all love money.
It's very good. It allows me to buy more sharp things.
So I am working off of Thieves Guild for the harvesting aspect, so it's still going to fall under a knowledge of nature to successfully remove these things. I will allow you to have compression remove Aspen Beam from the contents of the dragon's stomach if you like, without damaging the body. Let's go ahead and put in at least. I'm almost gonna want like a sleight of hand check because it's like a weird combination of like he's got to pull her out, but he's got to not damage the rest of her. So
Oh no, the rest of her's fine if she ends up being damaged. I just want the dagger and her trap.
okay, so to pull her out and start working on getting into her, let's just do athletics, and I'm gonna call it at 15.
Do you need compression to roll anything?
I need compression to roll it to pull her
Should
out.
Nia be rolling anything, or just
If
can
you
I
want to
just?
help pull her out, yep.
Alrighty, Nia
You
is
need
not.
assistance.
What? Can I I don't know.
No,
guide
you're fine.
inspiration
You're
or
fine.
something?
Compression just rolled a nat 1.
You fucker!
What?
Precisely!
Visible
You
confusion.
see compression place his hands on either side of the dragon's contents, and with the hardest yoink, yoink becomes a yeet, and the dragon goes over the side.
I'm going in after her. I'm going. How did you breathe? We're doing this shit. Ah, damn you.
Nia,
I'm going with a sharp ass dagger and we're just gonna fucking cut this thing.
Nia is just like, can I
You can't drown.
I did this. Holy shit! No
Uh,
idea.
having observed this whole goings on before leaving the square, Rovan mutters under his breath, "Yes, the eel's the only one. The eel and the rat are the only one with any sense."
You gave me a whole lecture yesterday about the fact that nobody in this party could actually take care of their animals effectively, and you were the one who ended up being responsible for all of them. Shut your stupid face, man.
He loves
Further
you.
proving the point.
Vale's
So
too focused on the dragon to care about whether or not Rovan thinks she has sense.
the body lands in the water, and you can already see that it's kind of in a weird state of like it's floating just below the surface because it's buoyant, but not buoyant enough to bring it entirely back up. But it is currently now floating.
I wish I was there
Vale's
to
on
watch
it.
that.
Vale's fucking on it.
Just,
I want this goddamn body and I want this goddamn bit.
just to watch compression.
Yeah.
Master
God.
said pull. Oh
Vale
shit.
will hop over. Vale will like poke her face out the top. You can bring it up at any time now, darling. In fact, do bring it up. It's your requirement now.
I'm sorry. I had compression skeet shooting protocol still engaged. My apologies.
Nobody asked.
Shooting broken.
Well, he has to practice somehow. This explains how he got so good.
Yeah, next time we'll get you out with a shotgun and some skeet, and we'll see how well you do. Darling, compression, you need to potentially pull this out whilst I'm on it, darling. Please pull this out now.
Compression. It's about 10 feet down, and the water itself is probably about 30 feet deep.
Unfortunately, compression does not have intelligence. He just listens to orders. So in my mind, compression will wander into the water and stand underneath it, reaching up to it. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Once Vale sees that, it'll be like, compression, darling, just stay there. I'll handle this.
Yes, but,
If you
but
see anything,
he is
float to the
underwater.
top-
Do you? Can he understand through water? Well, I'll let you guys think of that plan.
I don't
I
need to breathe.
will.
And technically, talking takes air, so I can hold on to a shit ton of air and then just talk very gently.
But he won't.
He'll be able to hear it.
Okay,
I don't fucking know. I'll wait for you to get back here and order your compression around.
he's underwater.
I'm gonna be like potentially like just sawing at this idiot and letting Aspen Beam float out of the stomach.
For what it's worth,
Well-
you'll watch compression walking underneath it, hands up above his head like he's fucking holding a spirit bomb, going, "I got it, I got it, I got it."
The additional 25 feet up in the water. So while you guys are working on that plan, and I'll let you continue.
Vale is just sawing. There is no plan.
Rovan, you return back to the house to find what looks like Amira, Clank, and I have already forgotten his name. Syllabus
Sabian.
Ryzen,
Damn it.
effectively
okay.
sitting up against the door of the house and kind of holding it closed.
Oh no.
Am I to assume that there's some sort of trouble inside, specifically of a wild nature?
Skeevers. There's skeevers in the basement, and a dragon outside, and a giant that's invaded your stable.
Did the
You know what? We'll go with that.
did the Okay, no, hold on. The brain rat was not under a spell. He actually won an animal handling for it, right?
Yes.
Animal friendship, but
Yeah.
The
Breaking
creatures,
off
they
from the
love you.
click.
Yeah. I was gonna say if it was magical, Rowan's death would have disabled the concentration, but it's like, oh wait, no, that doesn't matter in this.
essentially what animal friendship does is it convinces the animal that you mean it no harm. And the rat basically just chose to stick around for some reason.
He kind of
Probably-
did
And his mother dresses him funny.
Thanks, buddy.
Probably for his own amusement. Let's see what these
And
fools
because
are up to next.
apparently he's the only one in the area with the space eel who has sense. So he decided to join the Sense Club.
You approach
We
and
are
I
an endless
Space
source of
eel.
entertainment for those that care to watch.
You assume that anybody cares to watch because the only way they're going to be able to find out is if they hear.
Hence the brain rat accompanying us.
It's a good thing nobody asked you to be anything other than a court jester.
I don't believe anybody has required that role of me at this point.
How are you
Precisely,
guys
he's
talking?
just a
You don't have
keeper.
chirps.
Yeah, I know. Thank
He
you.
doesn't!
There's just a mental link between these two.
We're
But-
bitching at each
Cloud
other for
communication.
fun?
The snark will transcend reality.
Damn
I'm telling
straight it will.
Look, clown to clown communication.
Sorry, I can't hear you over my intellect and my sophistication and my lack of clownish ridiculousness and requirement of prestidigitation to get rid of my blood.
Wait,
Anyway, Rovan, so you should have control of your character as you approach the house and see these three holding the door.
The swan's giggling.
Can you please give me some more information on what the immediate threat would be?
And you're gonna see kind of Amira like holding the door back and be like, so it got bigger again.
Oh no.
Yeah, that tends to happen. I think he might be a solar dragon in disguise or something of that nature.
You'll actually see your cranium rat is assisting in holding the door with his tiny little hands.
Oh, he's adorable.
That's incredibly cute. I'm slightly horrified by the fact that that's really cute.
He believes he's part of the pack. Therefore, having been part of a unit, he knows he has to assist, even if it's just his tiny little hand.
I love him so much more now.
Oh, very well. Please allow me, and I will go rectify the situation.
And she'll kind of like turn over towards Syllabus, who'll be like, I mean, they they fucked up on the show. And they step out of the way.
And Rovan will go and enter the warehouse.
Why does it suddenly feel like when someone in our group is scolding Sadie?
There's a shit ton more barking about it.
Bork, bork, bork.
Good luck. Good luck, Robin. Good luck.
You enter inside to see that the tables and chairs have been flipped over. Things have been completely knocked aside. The box of many drinks has been sprayed all over the place.
Are any shattered? I know I'm not there, but
Rovan, I'm going to let you roll a chance die to see if some of the bottles have shattered.
Okay, let's go high. Do you want a D100?
D100. Call high or low.
High.
And if some have shattered, we should probably have random rolls to see what they did to the deck. Or whatever they touched.
Chance I roll, Chad.
Ooh.
Oh,
The
no.
box appears to be safe.
Oh,
Nice roll.
that's incredible. That's very high. I thought it was low for a moment. Because I saw the 1 before I saw the 93. Cool and good.
Good. The accursed thing is intact. I wouldn't want to try and have to clean up any of that ichor. And Rovan will investigate the interior of the lodge.
You start to head through, and you can see that more and more that things have been tossed to the side and knocked over. You'll see the contents of your actual warehouse in terms of the food supply has actually been ravaged.
Well, he's a hungry boy, I guess.
Technically, those boxes are empty. You'll see bits of food and stool lie on the floor.
Oh dear.
Do I notice any holes in the roof or the walls? As in big enough for said creature to escape from?
You do not from this position. Not that one.
Oh, there you are. That's quite a mess you've made in there.
That's our eel.
Yes, yes.
You'll see that it seems to back and hiss against you.
Oh, no.
You could do a nature check if you want.
Sure.
What has your horrible son done now?
It might be reaching puberty, or it might not understand that we're its parents anymore. I'm speaking like I'm there. Jesus Christ, shut up.
Just an angsty teen.
What has
I thought you got a 93. I'm like, just shut up. Okay, Rovan, go sit over there.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's a 4. However, can I do an animal handling?
You can try.
I have a feeling the dice are not going to be gentle to us today. It's going to be either one or the other.
And Jesus said, go back.
What will a 17 do for me?
How do you approach the eel? As it seems to have amassed into a much larger size, its skin having turned a dark black color with its frail, you can actually see strikes of electricity pulling off.
Calmly and confidently, one hand outstretched.
He's worked with wolves. This fucker knows how to deal with a fucking pissed off eel.
I mean,
Right, Drew?
I mean, eels are not canines, so
That's true. I'm assuming this one has some intelligence.
that's true. That's true.
It knows its daddy.
Does it though?
It knows who feeds it.
That I can believe.
You seem to have made quite a mess here, sir. You couldn't have waited till I got home? Or got back? I understand one is hungry, but my goodness.
Your
I'll
review of the. Go ahead.
He'll hold out a little bit of meat or something he picked up en route, because his intention was to go feed this and the brain rat.
You're. Oh, son of a bitch. Although you look at this like a dog being trained, and you are surprisingly good at calming the creature, as it seems to snap rapidly at the meat and snack
Manners.
that you offer it.
We've talked about this. I realize you're hungry, but there will be none of that. Patience, or you shall get no more.
And
Goddamn.
fuck me, the creature calms. Son of a bitch. Fucking, I
That's
wrote
better.
17, and the son of a bitch just gets 7. You know what? I should have put 27. Just put 27 next time, Sean.
That is better. And Rovan will reach up and scratch it behind the gill flaps or whatever.
That is adorable as fuck.
I love this. I love every moment of this.
Damn it. And yeah, the eel has doubled in size from medium to large.
Eel. How's he eeling about this?
It's
The-
Eelzilla!
I have an eeling that it's a good thing that we got a bigger Spelljammer.
Indeed. I eel like it could have gone badly otherwise.
Oh.
I was ready for a fight. I had like spells ready. Like
Oh.
I even
See,
rolled 3 times. I was like, "Come on, give me a high one." No. Do it again. No. One more time. Shit. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. He won that one. And you
And
have
will continue to feed the much larger eel some more whatever he had left, and you seem to have developed more of an appetite than I was expecting. So if you remain here and be good, I will be back with a better snack for you.
you can hear the creaking of the door, and then what sounds like clank tapping.
And also, you're not to eat any of our friends. You've already met them, you know who they are. Anybody else, you may do with as you will, but I will be back with more snacks.
You almost had a fight. Wow. Large.
And you head out the door to find all of them are like looking just line around.
Roman did a
Philibus,
Roman.
Amira, Clank,
Nobody
and
calmed
at the
it.
very bottom a set of tiny black
17.
eyes
That's
looking around the
Aw,
door.
17.
little friend.
One was like I rolled.
It was a mere misunderstanding. You may proceed. He shall not harm you. I am off to go and acquire more supplies, as we seem to have mysteriously run out.
Pardon me.
Amira and Philibus watch you walk away as she goes, "I quit. I
I don't blame her.
and that ended that fucking goddamn encounter. Thanks a lot.
You're
Do
welcome.
you go anywhere else? I guess to market.
Rovan is off to market to go and buy a couple of 100 pounds of meat and other supplies to replenish what the beastie has eaten. And something special. What does Space Eel? What is a special treat for a Space Eel for being so good?
Raw meat
Us.
with electricity involved.
Oh, you know what? You could like reserve a pound of the dragon meat for him.
That's 70 gold!
Yes, he's a
Rovan
very
would be
good
willing
boy.
to pay that.
Cough it up, bugger.
I mean, technically, they eat whatever detaches from ship hulls, like barnacles, and space guppies.
We could go space fishing.
I think we need
We
to
could take him to go space fishing.
I think we need to take him for a
Last time
spacewalk.
we ended up
Yeah.
going space fishing. Rovan caught all the food, so we might as well.
Yeah.
God, I'm slipping into south.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Pardon me, everyone. I don't mean to go to the south of the states. Apparently, I'm just there. Do continue. I'll just sit on my veranda, sipping iced tea with my mild Lancashire accent.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Rowan will head to market and see if he can find, in addition to the supplies and a decent amount of meat, he will see if he can find something good for the eel for being such a good boy.
I guess a
He's a
survival check.
softie! Oh my god!
She missed everything you did, so I'm sitting there going, "Oh, it's so cute." She's like hearing you now for what it's worth, Rovan.
Survival? Okay.
So cute!
Eris, as we return back to you more quickly than I intended. So, what are you doing to effectively, while the others are trying to fish the body of Aspenbeam out of the river, what are you doing in terms of like trying to start up this device?
Wanting to attempt to drive it, or at least power it up to the usable to get it out of here, or use it itself.
So you're sitting in the cockpit?
Yeah, I'm gonna. What's the other one at the ship there? What's her name?
The last call or your galleon?
Yeah.
You hadn't named your galleon yet.
No, who's there? Like who's? If I get her to attune to it, can I attune to this thing and still be okay?
A mistake?
You can
Problem.
trade
Can we
you can
please
trade
call it the
attunement.
problem?
The problem. You can trade your attunement with anyone
Now, the
as long as they
problem
have
is
some
last
magical
call.
ability.
The last call has caused the problem. Oh my god, please let us call it that.
What are we calling the ship?
Dear God, I wish for the problem, because it's either the problem came after the last call or the last call caused the problem.
Very well. The ship will now be called the Problem.
A fitting name considering its origins.
That's 2 ships I've accidentally named.
Basically, if I attune to this thing with her attuned to that, can I attune to the other one once I get this thing built up?
Yeah, you guys can trade as many times as you want. It's just if you go ahead and do it right now and you have access to the ship, you will lose access to the ship, like control of the ship, and you will have to reattune to it. But yeah, you guys can swap. Just somebody has to be attuned to one at a time.
I'll call what's her name over the chirp and
Amira.
Mira. That's not. I couldn't remember the name. I'll call Mira over the chirp and say, Mira, can you take over the ship for me? I'm gonna attempt to get this other Spelljammer up and running.
She'll have to come to you to go get the attunement.
She'll have to let go of the door to do that.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna say at this time that she's not answering. Do you want to hand off control to Naya or Vale?
Vale's not
basically
available.
all over the chirp. Is anyone near the galleon at this point?
No, you took everyone with you. And you let me put you in this sense. You have the keys. So you have to hand the keys to somebody else.
Was anyone left in the galleon, or were we just kind of left it empty?
Nope. You guys. Technically your soldier boy is in the galleon.
Soldier boy up in this hole. Watch a man.
Goblins. Where's Dag?
Dag was chasing behind y'all after he was having a fit that his tentacle creature got destroyed. So I would suppose that his group would be arriving pretty soon.
What?
My voice is not handling any of this well.
We'll actually go ahead and drop them in, actually. You see a very disappointed Dag, followed by a team of very disappointed looking goblins, followed by a normal looking group of Hadozi following behind.
Dude, we ain't sure what's up with these idiot goblins, but we're just here. You are gonna pay us, right, man? Yes, we're gonna pay you. What's up with these goblins? Why didn't you help them? Well, we weren't sure what we were supposed to do, man.
They did. They just couldn't beat the damage threshold.
They also sound like stoned ass idiots. So, it might be my own interpretation. But why the hell were they got on our ship again?
Because Eris had called them to assist during the attack. Which, mind you, was good until the
failed miserably.
Well, I was going to say the team decided to, or not the team, the unit powered up that shield, the anti-magic shield.
Next time, we're going to recruit Iron Man to our team and the rest of the Avengers, so they can act like shock troops. Okay?
I need an Iron Man suit.
Dear God.
So, Eris, what are you doing?
I'm going to get the machine as close to ready for me to attune to it. Then I will head back to the ship, and hopefully someone's there I can trade out with, so I can get this machine up and running.
You could take Dag with you if you want, in your crew. His disappointment will be lingering as you kind of float your way on back, and all you see are these tiny little steps of these very hive mind style group of people.
I'll ask if Naya is available over the trip.
I feel the boom makers. Oh.
All the goblins. Oh. The Hadozi are like, we're getting paid, right?
Are you? Did you verify that? Do you have a contract? No! So you better fucking do what we're told! And feeling us isn't the best way to deal with any of this! Vale's underwater and is communicating via telepathy, apparently.
Naya, are you available at the moment? Can you meet me back at the ship?
Blah, 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 blah.
I'm going to guess Nia is probably available, maybe? Yes?
Were you helping me cut Aspen Beam out of everything?
Yes,
or were you...
yes, Nia did do that, so I'm not...
You guys are within, like, 100 and... Hold on. You guys are, like, 50 feet away from each other.
Okay, so yeah, Nia will totally come and assist, because that is how the Nia do.
Yeah,
Nia is willing. I will pick her up and
desist,
fly her
desist
back
immediately. I don't know what that is, and I don't want to.
Oh my god, it's a germ!
Sorry.
I'm not.
Pourquoi?
Baby shark, do.
I swear to God, I don't know what that is. I don't want to know. Don't you dare.
Anyway,
if Naya is willing, I will fly her back to the ship.
Alright, so yeah, Nia will be like, "Yep, give me a hot minute. It seems I am required."
I am horrible.
Nia, you return back
yes.
to the.
Okay.
I got you on the right
Down.
page, right? Yes, I do.
So,
you return back to the unit, looking up at Overhaul, who is kind of in a lumped slate, and remains in its power down mode as its large mandible like cannon stares down straight.
My word.
I was taking her to the galleon, but
Ah. Well, what can I do for you in this situation?
I will essentially hand her the keys to the galleon flies. Like I want to tune to that other mech and see if I can get that thing up and running. There's much to be done that it could be useful for. If you can take over the ship for a bit, I will deal with that one.
Nia does some casual little salute. He's like, sure, I will happily do so.
And you guys, as Nia, you remembered from Hunziker, you link arms to each other. You grab his forearm, he grabs yours, and you feel the effect of attunement transfer from one to the other. And you effectively now have the keys to the ship.
Oh, that's never going to be less weird, but hooray!
God help us all.
Do you want me to take you back down there, and you can still assist Vale there?
Yep.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
fly us both back down there.
Nia will summarily, rather.
All right, Nia, he is holding you above the. He's holding you above the bobbing body.
I'll put her on
Is
the
there a
dock
way-
beside it. And
Oh, okay. You're 10 feet above the body.
Alright, can I
I'll be going
Is
back
the
to the
ice
mech myself.
is the ice appreciably melting with contact with the salt water? Because
God, no.
presumably okay, alright. Will any application of non-magical heat cause it to melt faster?
You could try heat.
Right. Hmm. Nia has access to some fire, but I feel like it would be kind of a overkill to use it now, so I'm just going to shoot you a DM real quick,
Sure.
and we can decide if this is sufficiently funny.
So, Eris, you're going to try to start attuning to overhaul?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want. What do I want? What
Oh,
do
what you
I
want?
want?
What do we want? Oh God, I am
Are
full
you
of
just
all the memes.
Are you just trying to get up and running?
Power it up and then see if I can use it. That's what I'm going for.
So yeah, that's the situation.
I will say you can try. Oh, sorry. I know I didn't. I said it blankly. To Nia, you could try. To Eris, you can try. And you said you were already using an Arcana 15, so I have to just mentally think of how to describe this.
Well, tell me if it's possible or not. Maybe I can help.
Oh no, it's the same equivalent to like attuning to a Spelljammer. It's just as you get in, you're gonna find that the Spelljammer still kind of needs something to kind of get kick-started, and it may be prevalent to that chirp.
Am I able to tell that?
Yes, you can.
All right,
You know from experience that some ships were designed with certain safety measures in place to ensure that they don't get kidnapped or stolen. This one, like some you've seen before, seems to have a junction point, that being what looks to be like Aspen Beam's chirp was the kicker.
It may not be quirky, but it sure is chirpy.
No, did we get a hold of Aspen Beam's chirp at all, or do we know where it's at?
It's in the ice with her corpse.
I guess I'll get out of the mech and we'll
It's
see
directly
what I
to
can assist with.
So, Nia, are you going to do what you said?
I'm debating it. It's not exactly the best possible idea given, the area and the situation.
Do you want to elaborate, or do you?
Nia might have figured out some more fire-related magic with her latest. the latest advancements. Something has clicked in her pointy little head.
Vale, do you want to make any further attempts?
Sorry, what?
Do you want to keep making attempts?
Look, Vale's underwater. Can't get the bitch out. Compression is somewhere. But Vale's honestly not caring about that. She's literally just got her +2 dagger and is sawing. And once she
That's-
managed to get the idiot face, bitch face McGee out of the stomach, because you can't have issues if you're gonna saw. At least you hope so. The idiot's gonna float to the surface. The carcass is gonna float down. Hopefully, compression is gonna be able to get it at that point. At which point, she's gonna make very drastic pointing up motions.
Okay, in
And
particular,
hopefully
just a moment.
Nox will have shown up by that point to actually command the idiot.
What size is the creature's body?
It is technically a large-sized creature.
If I went large, I could technically pick it up. Yes, no?
I don't see
underwater.
why not.
I will use enlarge reduce myself, become large, and pick both her and the body up. Plop it back on the dock again.
Well, there you go. Thank you.
Solutions.
A large
This man has them.
That's the thing.
You sure do.
You guys from over the side hear the magic pick up once again as Eris is now large size. Eris, you are now large.
And
Oh,
in
boy.
A
danger.
huge
Just need to
bird.
take the body out of the water. Place it back down, and then assist with my talons to get the.
That sounds like a Callie.
It is.
Can I have an athletics check to pick it up and pull it over the edge? Athletics, not acrobatics.
I thought it hit last. My bad. Sorry.
This motherfucker's powerful.
You,
Oof.
two, your claws with the acrobatics are able to pick it up, but your strength, you're finding it is very heavy and very lopsided. You could drag it to the shore.
I'll do that at the very least. I'll just get it stopped floating. We can work on it easier.
Okay, do another athletics check. This one I'm putting the DC at a much lower number of, like, let's say 12, just to kind of pull it along the water's edge. Okay, so this body is really, really heavy. Vale, you can see a gigantic Eris is struggling to help get this body out. Are you going to help him?
Of course I am.
Okay. Eris, I was going to say, since the help would then have been a 12, you are able to pull the body to the shore with the help of Vale.
Hurrah! Strength.
Strength in numbers.
Strength and unity.
The strength of our bond and whatever.
It takes some hard work, a lot of pulling. Mortis is having a struggling time.
Nia does her
This-
best too, but she is not the strong right arm.
But you guys get the body back onto the shoreline. And all you see inside is the dead corpse of Aspenbeam.
I want that chirp that I want that motherfucking thingy that she's got on her arm called a chirp. Dagger. I want the dagger.
I want the chirp.
You can have either.
I
Well,
want
no, you
just
can't
the
have
chirp.
the fucking dagger.
Just want the chirp.
And you have abandoned compression at the bottom since he has not
no!
figured out how to get out of the water.
He would have followed the body just towards the edge, so he may have walked out. Because his last command was grab that and. What was your command again, huh?
Get the son of a bitching bitch.
So he
Get the sunning a bitch a bitch.
So he actually might be out of the water.
So you, what are you singing?
Literally just bitch to the Gerudo Valley theme. It is kind of what happens sometimes.
Oh, okay, it's fine. I was just like, what are we doing? So you go ahead and pull the body to the side. Uh, what kind of checks or things you're going to do to get her out?
Are you talking to me or Naya?
I'm talking to all of you. You all seem to have
I am going to attempt
something
to
you
use
want
my
from.
enlarged talons to just cut out the required bits if need be.
Cut out the
Okay.
required bitch, I see.
Give me an attack roll, or give me an attack with your claws.
God damn, these rolls.
It is some hard ass ice.
Compression. Would you just hold on to this moron whilst we walk around and let her melt?
It might take a while.
I
This
mean,
is
in comparison to the people who literally told me that the sphagnum moss I was going to work with today was going to quite literally be a 12-hour expedition when I whacked it with a shovel and it worked, talk to me about things that, are going to take about a while, because I'll prove them wrong.
okay. So give me a. Why don't y'all give me a joint effort, and I want to see at least a total of 22.
Ow!
That means
And
all
roll what?
What's the roll, please?
effectively all of you are going to roll attack rolls together to break this in
Okay.
unison, and it has to beat 22.
Oh God. Can I roll one for Mortis as well?
Damn it.
This ice is fucking hard.
Nia rolled a literal one. She just sort of bounced. She pulled out a rapier
So-
and literally bounced.
So we're at 9. Okay,
14 for Mortis.
your brother's like, I
22.
What?
can. Both Mortis and Vale are like, we got. Step
We
back,
got
guys.
this.
We got this. And in unison, they smack and crack at this rock,
Also known
and
as this bitch is a problem, and I'm going to
and
beat
you
her
will
up.
see her kind of split a little bit in a very
Oh.
uncomfortable way.
Oh, that doesn't look nice at all. Oh,
That
But
goodness.
you are able to get to her in the inner chamber.
Nia does not like that.
No, it's it.
Vale will quietly
She
hand
is
her a
she is
handkerchief.
effectively a rock.
Don't manage to go in and vomit on the
Yeesh.
specimen, please.
I'm not going to throw up, but I don't like this. I don't like that at all. That's
Neither do
goodness.
I, but I don't like her worse.
You know what? That's entirely valid.
And you are able to get to the contents of her. So you will find on her.
Seeing as that we have achieved our objective there, Sean, I'm going to undo my large reduce, so I'll be back down normal size again.
That is absolutely fine. You
Vale
begin
will
to
toss
shrink
her
back
over.
down into size. So on the contents of her. Sorry.
By all
Sorry.
means.
You find 84 pieces of gold. You are able to. I'm sorry.
Nothing.
You find what looks to be like a very nice jacket, to be honest, except for the color of the blood. You find what looks like
What?
a large, elaborate staff that has a hunk of amber decorated at the top with an old tree and a twisted sapling.
Who's writing this shit down?
You find a sylvan poison ring made from an unknown material that feels wet to the touch. You find what looks like a very nice chirp, although you have to kind of pry the arm out of it. And you find a very unique looking dagger. If you all would go to the loot percussion section,
Loot percussion.
to anyone who can identify.
Where's Heinziger? Fuck.
Nuts!
Knox is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, of course the son of a bitch isn't. Sorry, loot percussion or loot discussion?
Well, I can't show the dagger yet because you don't have anyone who can identify.
I'm just gonna hold on to the fucking dagger and throw the chirp at Nox.
I will catch the chirp in the tree.
He ducks it.
That's a fucking hell of a throw.
Ain't it great? I need to roll a nat 1 so I can bean you in the head again. She's gonna give the cloak to Naya because she'd look better in it. And what else was there? There was a poison ring. She'll slip onto one of her fingers and go, I'll worry about this later. And the Aspen Beam staff she'll also toss to Naya because no one is around to deal with it right now. No. Anybody want a staff?
I'll have taken the chirp and turned around and come back to my machine.
We'll deal with
Okay.
it all later. So, I have the things. Going back to dragon attackment. I want that hide.
Naya, would you assist in and I will allow you to do it because she's already done her 16 roll. If you two work together, I will give you the advantage.
All right. What am I rolling?
This is nature.
Oh boy. Okay.
You have to.
I'm gonna
you ha-
give this to whoever needs it before I leave.
Oh,
It's a cantrip for me.
Oh, okay.
Hey, guidance. That's the same one I have. It's a great cantrip.
Also, as soon as all that shit's done, I'm gonna go start
Oh,
on those
never mind.
dogs.
I didn't even need
well,
Wah!
it. Natural fucking 20. Are you serious?
Excellent. Well, that hide should take about 1,000,000 less years to worry about. And then I'm gonna go smash all the god shards and steal them.
Smash the containment units, you mean?
That one. Smash the containment unit and steal the shardy things.
okay.
I told you that was
So-
totally what I was gonna do.
So many things, so little time. So, just to say, Naya, the body has loosened up significantly thanks to the ice and the water. A combination of the water, and the rolling around has made things a lot looser, and you're able to easily start peeling at things much more comfortably. You guys successfully pull off the dragon scales with ease.
Wonderful.
They are worth 1,500 gold.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
You are also able to pull out the dragon's breath pouch,
Value.
which is a dragon's breath weapon is caused by two glands creating a mix of chemicals together as the dragon exhales. The two glands are wrapped together in a thin membrane or a pouch which can be harvested if careful. Alchemists prize the membrane for the unique mix of chemicals it contains. Magic users prize it for the magic it holds, and artificers prize it for what they can make using it. Without doing anything other than if you just use it as is, without anything further, the membrane may be thrown up to 20 feet and the pouch may explode. It can be used like a grenade, but it does have other uses as well.
I was going to say that's a very expensive grenade.
I was going to say, I literally looked at Kaya earlier and went like, I need to make a flamethrower for Nox. I now have a flam
Yeah.
muffin.
A Flammenwaffen. Well, there is a Flammenwaffen already. Wait a minute.
I have another project now.
Are you excited?
Too many projects.
So, oh, okay. That's fine. Uh, Utilizing the sack, you can make something called Dragon's Wrath, which, given its current level, would be a rare item. It can make a stirring weapon. A stirring weapon has the slumber property. In addition, you gain a +1 to attack and damage rolls made using this weapon. On a hit, the weapon does an additional 1d6 of the damage type by the dragon's breath.
Ah.
Ah,
Oh,
okay. And you get a very expensive, nice set of hide. Eris, back to you. You're working on this ship.
Yep.
By the way, as you are working, you do notice that Vale seemingly crawls up the side of it and begins to unscrew the containment units of the other shards.
Vale, what are you doing?
Vale is currently AFK.
I will basically be asking her to get off.
ooh, my. I know that's not what you just mean.
Nox, I also have not forgotten about you. I just
Oh, yeah.
don't have a map for you right now.
Well, there's all that, but we kind of know what's going on, which is essentially that, then the last thing, and when
Yeah,
it's time, it's time.
Yes. So I guess while we're doing that real quick. Transition.
Phase transition.
Robin, you go through the city. And I don't have what I want. Well, I don't have what I want. I don't want that either. I
Tell
want
us
that
what
one.
you want. Tell us what you want. What you really, really want.
Robin, you head through the city and eventually find what looks to be like a butcher shop. And you arrive at Meek's Meat. You hear the cling, cling, cling of the doorbell.
Clang, clang, clang of the trolley.
There's a
Robin
trolley
will
outside.
wander into the establishment and try and find the proprietor.
You'll see him kind of standing over top of what looks to be like a large cauldron-like area. He's making some kind of brew. He's pulling out bits. You don't know if they're of the same creature or not. One was a tentacle, one was just a straight arm, another was, a hunk of meat, another one was a fish tail. Once again, don't know if this was one creature or most of them, but it looks like he's brining.
Good evening, sir. How are you? How does the day find you?
You see him kind of like take up a ladle. It's a good brew today. Welcome to Meeks. How can I help?
I find myself requiring to replenish some supplies, and in addition, I am looking for a treat for a specific creature. Have you by chance spent much time off of Omea 6 in the deep space regions?
He kind of waves off. I don't leave the shop. I stay here. I live here. But I buy around.
Ah, you are a wise man. Well, I will require 140 pounds of whatever meat you find on sale.
Yes. But he kind of like dips the ladle back in. What do you think of this? And he offers the ladle up.
Robin will examine the contents, sniff, and if
Robin's
it
getting food.
seems to be agreeable, we'll sample it.
It does have a bit of a strange purplish brownish hue to it. It smells a lot like stock. Kind of smells a little bit like calamari. And I do need a chance die.
Okay, do you want higher? Do you want to call higher or low, or would you like me to?
No high or low needed, just a chance die.
D100?
D100. You take a long drink and you sample the effect. It definitely has its interesting hints to it. And it becomes very apparent that you're no longer touching the floor
Oh.
as you're seemingly levitating yourself off the ground.
Well, that's quite an interesting brine that you have there.
Damn it, too much salt.
Indeed. Well, too much salt will have a leavening effect on it, to be sure.
You'll see him kind of start to ruffle through some of the boxes that he has nearby. He eventually comes over. He actually just sticks his hand in a sack, comes back, throws in a leaf. Potassium. Good. It'll help with the salt. Now, 140 pounds of meat. And treats. What kind of dog?
The long and scaly kind. Specifically, I'm after something to satisfy a space eel.
You'll see him kind of turn back to you. Have you tried just feeding what's off your scraps?
Indeed, that's why I require the 140 pounds of meat. You see, this one has gotten rather larger than projected as of late.
You don't let the bastard on your ship now, do you?
It was not by choice. Others of my party decided that it would be a good companion, and then have left me in to care for it.
He goes ahead and flips over a couple more boxes. That's the problem with friends. Sometimes they go ahead and feed the little buggers and they won't leave.
Indeed.
What can I say except you're welcome? And I wasn't even involved with this.
Telepathy is amazing.
Oh no, this is just something that's floating out of the air. I have nothing to do with this.
Well, I can cut you a deal for about, and you kind of see him kind of like fishing numbers in his head. 75 gold.
Now, 75 gold for what?
140 and a treat.
What? That is quite the valuable treat. Then, what did you have in mind?
You would make me go back to my own Pinterest now, wouldn't you?
Codfish on the side.
Hoist by your own Pinterest, you might say.
You will see him kind of laugh to himself. I don't have people usually coming on in, or at least being agreeing to tasting the dip, but I'll give you the best treat I can. Hold on.
Tarberry?
You'll see him put the ladle deeper down into the stock and pull out from the stock what looks like a large bone, still covered in bits of sinew and meat. He'll turn and go, made in the best food we've got around here.
Indeed, your brine was rather flavorful. I tell you what, 60 gold for the lot.
Do a persuasion? Oh, shit. All right, hold on. I'm going to... No, fuck, I lost. Okay. 60 sounds great. Haven't had someone come buy shit in a while. It's nice to at least eat once in a while.
Indeed. And if my companion likes your treat, I will certainly... once I get his opinion on your treat, I there's a very good chance that I will be back for additional supplies.
He will be glad to go ahead and as well fill up a small stockade-like container of the soup and hand it to you and be like, "For the road."
My thanks, good sir. Pleasure doing business with you, and I hope to see you again soon.
He'll kind of wave you off as you head out with the large casket of meat, I guess, and supply, as well as yeah. Uh,
So, Rowan intends to return to the warehouse and put approximately half of the meat back into general supplies and feed the other half to the eel, finishing with the treat.
okay. Uh the eel. I'm trying to think. It does not say no to the bone as it seems to chew on it, and you can see little bits of electric, actually much larger bits of electric now leaving the bits of its mouth as it seemingly swallows the bone whole. You can see that it still seems to kind of. You can watch almost as the bone begins to slowly move down through its gullet, and it has taken a relaxed pose underneath your bed, which is now currently at least 4 feet up off the ground.
Rowan will again scratch it in its next to its gills and or interact with it in whatever they've determined to be a pleasurable manner. You're just bored, aren't you? I think you should probably. You should probably come with me so I can keep an eye on you and keep you out of trouble moving forward.
This was a way more wholesome like event than I wanted it to be, and it's
Aw.
fine.
Yeah, you just need some stimulation. I understand.
And I guess you guys are going for a walk.
Sure, Rowan will take the eel for a walk.
Oh, this is why we don't have neighbors.
Oh, what the elf are you want from him?
Back at the body.
That entire situation.
Oh, this entire situation. Eris, you now have the chirp of uh anyway. Oh, so what were we saying? So you were witnessing Vale heading up to unscrew the containers for the shards of old power.
Is Vale back?
Vale's back.
Vale, let it be.
No. Let what be?
I need that intact for now. Can you wait a little bit for me?
What do you need intact? All of those lovely god shards?
The container you're attempting to unscrew, yes.
No. I want those broken. I don't fucking care about the carcass.
I do.
No one ought to be able to use those things ever again. I want those god shards away from this and away from anybody else who could potentially use them. I don't even intend to use them. I just don't want them to be used by somebody who's going to use those pieces of gods like she did.
I intend to use this machine to rebuild a bit, and then I intend to dismantle it and you can have it then. How does that sound?
I don't want the machine. I just want the pieces that are going to make you more than the average amount of having the ability to murder everything around you and protect yourself or protect the machine. Honestly, I don't think that any piece of this would be dismantled heartily by removing these.
Would I be able to tell whether the machine will function with or without it, Sean?
You can give it a shot. You do notice that there is definitely some indications of system failure being blinking on the screen.
At least to get this active enough to get it out of this space so we can start to clear the area.
I have a feeling that these are just extra shields, dear. I don't think that at all these are going to dismantle any piece of you. It's like having your nail polish on. Do you need your nail polish to succeed? I hope not. You better be better than that. But I don't think you do. So I'm honestly just gonna like smash these open and stash these away because I honestly don't want any of these pieces of God with that terrible, terrible woman.
The Tamatoma woman was dead, and I might need these pieces to get this thing functional.
Do you? Because if so, I will hold off.
So I wish to determine.
Please determine quickly as best you can.
That's the idea. I don't need them, you're welcome to them. If I need them, I just want to get it so this thing is out of the way and can be dealt with
That's
properly.
absolutely fine. But honestly, it looked from what I saw a bit like this was like extra potions or shields or anything along those lines. It didn't honestly look like any of these were powering the object in a way that it couldn't handle without them. But do correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the engineer here.
Sean, I intend to bring the machine online and see if there's anything indicating what these things actually do. If they
It
are
will
actually
take
needed for the machine.
it will take time for you to attune, but you have the keys now.
I will do so. I'll have these God shards to you as soon as I can. Or
Same thing.
Veil.
Okay.
You
So
there with purple face.
we will effectively say that we're going to time skip a little bit. Roven, you have been walking your obnoxiously slimy puppy.
Please tell me he has a leash for that.
Only a leash is a mark of a poor trainer.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't hear you over your ridiculous affection for the beast.
It's just the image of a leash is actually just hanging out the mouth like it ate the other side.
I can totally see that happening. I'm just holding this to make certain that everybody knows that I'm available to hold this piece. But you ate it already. Does it taste like jerky?
Elnaya and Mortis, do you guys do anything else in the next couple hours before I time skip?
No, I think we're good. Nia's and Mortis are just going to help with this and then help with that. And yeah.
Okay. And Nox, we have gone over what we were doing. I'm so sorry you've been the most quiet of all times, and I appreciate it. I already sent you a message, by the way. And so we will time skip a little bit forward to.
Effectively, he last objective.
You're really quiet.
You're really far away.
Really?
Yeah.
Better?
Yes.
Oh, I must have accidentally turned it down when not. Sorry, apologies. No, essentially he would head back to
The shack.
store, the shack store or how it is.
The love shack.
Not knowing what the hell was going on, so back there.
Okay. Before we return to that scene real quick, Eris, you are trying to get things up and running. The longer you're starting to kind of get it going, the more you start to figure how all of this system works for overhaul. Give me another Arcana check.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, God damn it.
So you manipulate a few of the levers. You're taking time to learn the spell jamming helm, and you eventually get the latches to close. You can still see the light coming out of the bullet casing hole from where Nox had pierced through. As you sit inside and you see the displays begin to come on up, you can kind of see what was system failures. Obviously, its powers is down at the moment, but you can also indicate that it's missing 2 shards, which seem to just not allow you to access that particular magic. While you're sitting inside the compartment, you take the time to connect her chirp into the appropriate location and find it doesn't immediately activate. You'd think that you'd need to put your arm in it.
Oh, I mean, I'll read this. This is gonna hurt. I'll do it anyway. Put my arm in there.
I am so sorry, Miss Kaya. Do you want to jump?
Sorry, y'all. I'll work tomorrow and I'm exhausted. So,
That
the exhaustion is hit. Don't know what to say past that.
that is fine. I will let you know of more things as things are reviewed. Okay?
Lovely. All of you party, don't die, please. That's all I can say. Have a lovely evening, folks. Night!
Good night.
Like,
Tomorrow is Small Business Sunday. Come
Oh
check us
God.
out if you have a chance.
tomorrow
Bye!
Saturday.
Saturday. Thank you. Sorry. Small Business Saturday. Go support your local businesses. Bye!
Bye bye.
Eris, as you go ahead and stick your arm in, the first thing that comes to your attention is what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Is this pounding screech into your head.
Hmm.
As you see the visual that comes up on the yellow shards containment flashing and blinking, it almost starts to give you this pounding migraine as you try to look at them at the screen, as the screaming just continues to move on and on. The longer that you're staring at it, you feel like something is kind of dipping. And following that, you feel the environment around you dip away. From black becomes white. As the light around you starts to pick up, I have too big a soundboard. It's a little hard to go ahead. And you quickly realize that you're standing inside of what looks to be like a dark, rainy cave. You can't see the ceiling, but you know that you are standing below something. You find the body of a dead creature standing in front of you. Sorry, lying in front of you. And it looks to be like a mutated woman who is hunched up in a corner.
I'll approach and just ask, is everything alright?
That was not what I was looking for.
Ah,
Great googly moogly, it's all gone to shit.
It doesn't seem to acknowledge you as you try to speak, but you can tell it's going back and forth between crying and laughing. This person needs a melatonin, or at least like a Mucinex. That's a lot of hot.
I was gonna say that
Oh.
poor thing's throat would fucking be shredded.
As this thing, let's just say this thing continues to kind of hiss, and eventually, as you're watching, it seems to kind of, you hear this very uncomfortable cracking sound of joints starting to move, and it's starting to like attempting to get up.
Back away and keep the distance, but watch.
Noted to your side, you do find a small little opening seems to pour open, and a small hand seems to poke out. That is not from the hand.
Huh. I gotta hand it to you. That would have been impressive if it was.
No, that is not from the hand. This is still from her, by the way.
I'll reach for the hand. This seems like it should be here.
You take the hand, and you swiftly find yourself being pulled through. And from that very uncomfortable scenario, you stand in front of a large tree, which I noticed still has the map ID, which I don't want. Go, no, go away. There we go. All right, there we go. Can you see your target? Because there you go. And sitting beside you is your tiny Chewinga.
Everybody.
Okay. We'll acknowledge him and offer him a ride if he needs to catch or hop on.
He will lead you towards the tree. You could do a religion check if you want.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll probably still follow anyway. Roll.
You cannot pick out what this is, but you do feel nature magic coming off of it. And as he kind of sits on one of the podiums, looking quite comfortable for what he is, he points towards this arching gateway at the bottom. I wasn't prepared for that, so that's why I gotta do things that make it look weird. And just kind of gives you like a bye-bye kind of look.
Thank you, friend. Hopefully you'll lead me to good times.
Do you head through?
Yep.
Heading through. Let's see what we're going to do here. You will just finally hear the whispers at the end saying, "We just want to help." Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Naya, when you, who are I'm assuming still in the area of the overhaul robot look, you can find that the casing opens up,
Oh.
and stepping out is an illithid heiress.
A what?
Oh,
Oh boy.
Eris, you have grown large in size and apparently very holy, because
Wait,
this is a
illithid
lot of
Eris is in Heiress, or Eris is in
Eris
Christ.
as in your friend.
My brother in Christ. What the fuck? He's like,
Eris, if you were to go through your possessions, you'll find that one of your tokens is gone.
is that good? Bad?
he's like, you've got something, and she sort of gestures at her face.
Eris, you do not speak common.
Oh no.
Great. So, am I still myself, or am I kind of?
Kaya?
Well, you're very tall, and you have tentacles coming out of your face, but you have big wings, but your arms are lanky. Let me, if you'll go
Eris is an
to loot
illithid.
percussion. One I can.
Eris is an elephant.
Where is it?
It's an elephant.
Come on. Where?
This is fucking it's not clarify you. Why are you an illithid? What did you do? Oh, the
There you are.
Chewinga. Yeah, being a sensible woman is going to I'm going to say the she's like gotten the cloak cleaned or prestidigitated as much of the blood or whatever that was on it off as possible, and she's just going to like put this on Eris to like hide his face and whatever, so no one can tell he's an illithid at first glance.
You throw your jacket over him, the one you just collected, and although it covers up the feathered head and tentacles, there's still a very long purple body.
He's just like, oh, okay. So she's going to. Prestidigitation isn't going to help with this.
Eris, to everyone else around you, you have no idea what they're saying.
Do I add those stats in now, or?
Currently, those stats do apply to you.
I'll keep this for me now. Can I get rid of it? That's the better question.
You believe you have been wild shaped.
Okay.
Which means you can also leave your wild shape.
Can I get it back again?
Do you want to leave wild shape?
I mean, like, if I can I regain this form? Is this like a one-time dealio?
Well, you have lost one of your tokens.
Hard cost stuff to do it. What's overhaul looking like? I'll basically turn around and relook at
Might
overhaul.
have a new wild
It,
Assuming I'm
shape.
still
still,
around,
it
like,
still looks like overhaul.
Is it powered up at all? Has it done anything?
It has done nothing.
That's
Can you say I keep you on your toes by throwing in strange things all the time?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what to do now.
What do we do now?
I mean, you
Here's a
could unwild
fire
shape if you want.
player. Wait, it's a wild shape. Okay, never mind. I thought this might be permanent. That was concerning.
If I go back into overhaul like this, does it do anything? I think I sit
You want
back
to
in the.
crawl into Overhaul while being large in size?
Oh, I can't. That's right. Okay.
Wait, it's
It's more
named
like
Overhaul. We're idiots.
I mean, it's a little bit funny in my head.
It is
This
funny.
this
It's
this
just,
cramped, overly sized Eris trying to sit inside.
no. The thing I'm saying is, it's named literally Overhaul. What just happened to Eris? He got fucking overhauled.
Chip Foose would be jealous right now.
Oh Lord God Almighty! Wait, googly woogly.
I think I'll just kind of wait here with Naya and see when the party comes back. Kind of thing. Knowing really what to do with this next.
Okay. Nox, it has been several hours, and Rovan has been several hours. You guys are going back. You guys were going back home, right?
Yeah.
While the two of them think things out, we're gonna head back. Da, 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 da.
I'm just gonna go AFK for a few minutes here, guys. Be right back.
Sure.
Righto.
Everyone has moved back in, although they are neatly tidying things up. Even Cranium Rapid is trying to clean some plates with his tiny hands.
Aw, what a little friend.
I gotta move the tokens all over the place. Oh shit, I forgot. I lost Groven. Shit, Groven is always in some corner somewhere in the map. And Nox, we're gonna put
That
you
is
there.
Rovan too.
Nox, you arrive home to find Roven just coming back. The eel is much larger, and there's still a dead body in the front.
That is a remarkably big eel.
Yes, he seems to have grown in the short time we were away. Unfortunately, our majority of our supplies have been eaten, so I've replenished some of them.
Appreciate it. I think this is a case of dealing with it tomorrow.
But you'll find that works for most problems.
And they tend to get bigger the next day, and this eel is a good representation of that.
Yeah, the eel is not necessarily a problem in itself when properly handled.
You just get a hint of a wince of seeing the eel seemingly sniffing in the direction of Nox.
We've discussed this. You've had enough to eat today.
I would like to see you try if you ever thought of that. I assure you, I am very much non-digestible. Rather not have to
There are
hurt you.
better tasting things than him. Leave him alone.
I'd rather not have to hurt it. Well, after all, it'd be like killing your own child. Or maybe your niece or nephew.
As you hear the wood cracking from as it tries to go back underneath the bed, which is now standing lopsided and about 4 feet off the ground.
Rovan will pat the eel. Good boy. And go off to seek the cranium rat.
Your cranium rat is currently cleaning broken dishes piece by piece from the table.
And Rovan will leave a small treat from the butcher shop with him as well.
I thought I would have had a rat sound. I don't have a squeak. Squeak.
That'll work. And Rovan will just nod and then over to Amira. Well, how fare you today? Or how fare you now that things have calmed down a little bit?
And she tells you that she's doing fair, but she's kind of made a decision.
And what, pray tell, have you decided?
I think I'll stay here. You all have done well without me so far, and truth be told, I've. She kind of looks in the direction of the bedroom. I think it's best to see you guys grow. Plus, I'd like to see about getting an office job.
I suppose we can install an office on the ship if you would prefer.
No, 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 no. That's quite good. She looks and goes, "I've been a captain for my good long life, but with how things have gone, I want to be able to make my own place as well. And someone has to look after this place while y'all are doing what you are. I've been informed of your adventures lately, and they're a bit above this druid's head."
It is quite understandable, Amira. Nox would have come from around the corner hearing her commentary.
We shall see how long it takes for you to grow stagnant in this location and crave change and adventure once again.
She will approach Knox and say, "I saw that explosion outside. I hoped everything was okay, and I see everyone is. You guys left in a hurry before. But," and she goes ahead and pulls this. Okay, noted. Um, she pulls this card. It's almost like a playing card out of the sleeve of her pocket, and she goes, "I know that in the right hands, this ship will do well. Noxa and I would like you to take captainship of your ship. It was your ship to begin with, as you were able to commandeer it. And I think there would be no better person to see to the stars than you.
Nox
Please accept that."
would hold his hand out. Be trying to keep
It,
a stoic face.
it's a common courtesy for certain groups to exchange a playing card, if you will, because collectively you all make the deck. As she hands you this playing card over, and she says, "Congratulations, Captain."
Thank you.
This was not something that just came on the fly. I've been thinking about it ever since Aquarius, even before then. And God knows my back hurt. But
Carry all of us. But
I want to know that if I were to go ahead and take a break, to see to myself that I grow as well, that such a ship would be in good hands. Your crew knows you. They know where you're going and they know to follow your words. I may be a guide, but I'm never too far. And once again, she kind of looks up and points at one of the places that Eris had fixed up. Someone has to make sure that the roof doesn't cave in again. But do please take the eel with you, she says towards Roven.
Understandable.
That's what made me be happier.
Not going to be the same without you, Amira, and good to see you back. Company was always treasured on the long sails, voyages.
You're going to do well, Tinker. I trust that for you.
Thank you, Amira. You stay safe and looking for an office job. I understand that's. I hope you're planning to stay here with us, but if you want to go your own path, I understand.
No, it's nice to at least have home and board, at least that doesn't float away by chance. I heard about other adventurers where they actually had to strap themselves down. This doesn't seem I have to do that, so. As long as you'll still have me guarding your home.
It's your home too. You earned this as much as we did.
Mm-hmm.
So
Goodness,
yes,
we wouldn't even be here if it weren't for you.
very true. Wasn't for you, we wouldn't have had the ship and escaped prison.
Were you for you, we'd all be dead.
I know you would have done it in your own Noxy way.
Uh,
Plus, you all seem to be quite good in escaping situations.
One of these days, that's luck's gonna run out.
These expressions
I
are
pray not for that
describing
day.
So, yes. In this case, I hope you accept the promotion to head of operations here. Fortunately, I do not have any tokens to share, but I will find something, make something worthy for you.
At this time, Elnaya, you and your brother were actually picked up by Eris. It was the message that was sent to me. As you watch this illithid carry you off through the sky,
He's like, oh, no, 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 please put me down. I do not like this. This is not a situation I hoped to be in. But, oh,
you'll eventually have arrived back home.
oh. Nia is
And I'll look at them and just gesture toward the door.
Nia nods and just sort of like does a thumbs up and like, yeah, goes inside.
I think I'm too big to go through the door at this point, so.
There may be a hole in the roof for you.
Starts to make a hole in the roof. And to that, she will say, there's no exchange needed for my promotion to head of office for the last calls home. Just a hug.
Knox would happily give her one.
And you two embrace. You can feel drips of tears. But she seemingly holds well. Clank himself awaiting his own hug.
Oh.
Oh, absolutely Knox would give him one.
Clank having decided that he will take up a position at the Keeper's. Well, he was planning to take up an office position at the Keeper's place before it exploded. Hopefully there's still something there.
I'm sure I could put a good word in for Clink. I happen to know the person that runs it, both of them.
Have you all thought about where you're going next?
If memory serves, I believe we have a god to find.
have a few things to, I'm sure, along with a giant statue up front, which I need to start working on.
Eris, what are you doing with the body?
I'm just examining it, see if this new form I can learn anything else about it.
I also think I perhaps need a new chirp.
Eris, give me a. I guess it landed her Arcana. I knew you were going to do that before I was finished, so just hold on to that. Listen, Speedy Gonzalez. I was still
I don't
typing
like the
shit
roll
in.
anyways, so what's the difference?
Well, Eris will. Oh, not. Oh my God.
What's the matter?
Amira will speak and we go. I'll make sure there's still a home here for you, regardless. And from it sounds like, hopefully, one with less giant monsters involved.
That would be nice. There have been a disproportionate quantity of giant monsters involved in this entire situation.
Indeed, almost alarmingly so.
There's no almost. It's pretty alarming. Any quantity of gargantuan, huge creatures is perhaps a little much.
Where is Eris and where is Vale, by the way? It's good
Yes,
to see you.
where is Eris?
Nia is just sort of like, well, he's outside. He's outside, but you might find his current state a little alarming. He's still himself, but just be aware of that before you step outdoors.
Hearing
Don't
this, Nox would have started with a walk and then would have quickly gone to a jog to.
And you will see what
Bring
looks like.
Sumail will hear him come out, and I'll turn to him.
It was a purple tentacled flying purple people leader, except hopefully not.
Oh, you've got to be fucking with me.
I wish I was. I really wish I was.
Roven,
Mm.
don't kill it when you see it, unless it attacks.
No, really, don't. He's still himself. He lugged me here. Just I don't know how he wound up this way. It was something with the mech, I think.
Oh, for fuck.
Ah. Well, it doesn't appear to pose any threat at the moment.
No, it's still him. He just can't understand what we're saying.
A blessing, to be sure.
To you, there, Eris, it just sounds like the Charlie Browns. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow.
Nox
Just
is going to cast Detect
Essentially,
Magic.
walked up as far as I did, and essentially just be staring at him in a sense, just kind of peering into him.
Yes. Okay, so boom, Nox is casting Detect Magic.
Is Illicit the only thing I can speak to?
Illith is the only thing you can actively speak. You can speak. I think you can speak Druid. You can speak Druidic.
Yep, because if it's a wild shape, should be able to, I think.
Well, fortunately, we have another druid on staff.
Hooray!
But how do we legitimately, without metagaming that, try and make that work?
I'll attempt to speak.
You would understand that you can speak Druid if you know you're in a wild shape, just saying. And I think you would know.
Would you understand, Rick?
I wouldn't, but Amiro might understand it.
I'll essentially just try and talk to you in first language, seeing that you don't understand, switch to the other one I know, and see that basically fails. Kind of get frustrated a little bit and
All right, let's see if I can
wander around.
get her to understand.
Did my detect magic come up with anything, by the way?
I looked at the Arcana of 3 for a second. I was like, no, you can't detect nothing right now.
Yeah.
What was your roll?
It's just detect magic. It's just I sense presence of magic within 30 feet of me.
Oh yeah, he's magic as hell.
His whole body is.
His whole body is.
Magic as fuck.
As he seems to pace or float. How do you go about Eris?
I'll float just
Oh.
to further convince that it is me.
I would also know if it's a school of what school of magic it is.
It's nature.
Amira, can you come here for a second?
Nia's
Yeah,
going to intervene with
closes the door.
Don't freak out.
Yeah, just don't freak out.
She turns to Naya. This is why I took the desk job.
Yep, I entirely understand, and I think it's a good decision.
I am detecting nature magic from that. I think it's the same magic that illithids aren't normally a nature magic sort, so would you have any idea what this is?
I don't know. I just know he is it. I'm sorry, I can't give you anything more concrete.
I'll try saying hello, Naya, in both languages.
So the druidic language itself is, as described, a secret language of the druids. You can speak the language and use it to leave hidden messages. You and others who know the magic can't know the language can spot it automatically, but otherwise it could be seen by somebody with a perception of 15 but not deciphered without magic. So you could speak to her and she will kind of wave at you, although the presence of you being 10 feet tall, massive gray, purple wings, tentacles coming out from where your beak once was, your large bluish eyes looking down, and a mix of feather and tentacle is a little offsetting.
Offsetting, upsetting.
Basically, explain. I believe I have wild shaped into this form when I interacted with Overhaul. Had some sort of weird interaction while attempting to interface with it. I don't know if I should disband this form, keep with it for the time being in case it is useful. I'm just unsure what to do. That's why I'm here.
Does it hurt?
Feel fine. There doesn't seem to be any adverse conditions. I just feel this might be advantageous to keep around for the moment, but I wasn't sure, so I was seeking more opinions.
Do you want me to dispel you?
Oh, I can dispel it, I believe, but I think I only have maybe one more use of this ability after this.
I mean, it should only last for what level are you? Or sorry, I know that's a very silly question, but she effectively thinks it over, and you would be in this form. It looks like upwards to.
Oh. One moment, Amira. I have an idea. And Nox is going to walk up and
3 hours.
Nox is going to walk up and touch Eris and cast Identify. Because if you instead touch a creature through the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Smart.
I'll crouch down just to get more close to his level.
It's a short joke. You have to lay down.
I am actually really tall for a gnome.
I know. I'm just.
For a gnome.
Eris will kneel down to you as you touch onto him, and you can immediately identify nature magic. And seeing as this seems to be a blessing from the Chewinga being nature spirits capable of adapting to the lands that they are from. Your illithid Chewinga friend blessed you with illithid Chewinga magic.
Little buddy.
I'll talk to Anaya. It's like if there's anything illicit related, I am able to understand it right now if we want to make use of that ability.
By all means.
Well, I take it through
We could
Mira.
relay it to the remaining party. That would be helpful, as I am unable to speak common at this point.
Are you going to offer the calamari book?
I'm speaking this to him.
Oh,
Mara.
Oh shit.
Amira.
Oh,
she
shit.
will turn
Oh,
and say, "Do you?" He doesn't know. Do you want to offer him the calamari book?
Wait, he speaks the language?
Huh. I guess that's an innate thing.
What?
Or the calamari? Sorry, the calamari amulet. That was it.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, let's see what happens, I suppose, if he's up for it.
I'll
What
look at Nock and just peer into him.
What if we give him the amulet to put on? Or to interact? Oh, my head. Oh, my head.
Yeah. Imagine how you feel with the amulet involved. Goodness. Probably.
As I'm sure I've shown, it is still me underneath this. I just want to make use of this form while it is here.
Well, essentially, with Identify, I know exactly what's going on with you because I know the spell that is affecting you.
I don't know that.
Well, yeah, it's true. And Nox would have, as soon as Nox cast Identify, he would have said it, everything essentially Swan said. Like, he's been given a blessing. It is wild magic. He is still there. I guess it says learn what spell, so if it's a wild shape, he would know. He would say it's your wild shape, Amira. It seems to be a.
I mean,
Blessing.
he can. What kind of blessing is this?
It's seems to be a
Very
blessing from a nature
comfortable,
spirit, one that had Winga.
I'll basically turn to her as like, do you remember the illithid that I encountered? The little small one, the nature spirit I encountered?
I don't think she went down with you.
Nope, but Nox would say that essentially working with Eris without knowing he's working with Eris. Explain it.
By the way, we're going to say that I can translate this back and forth for the sake
Yeah.
of this. I actually was crediting you for actually thinking about the druidic.
More clown to clown communication.
Just always know that I'm talking specifically to Amira and to translate it. So if you have something that retains illithid or needs illithid translated at this point, I'll use this while it's here.
Oh, what to do?
Do you want to give him the amulet?
Well, he takes out the bag of colding and is like, "Well, I'm down to clown if we all are, I suppose."
Honestly, I'm gonna say this: if you guys handle the illithid stuff, I will take the bag of colding and I'm gonna start cooking some because we have a bunch of things that need to be taken care of, and I really need to keep my mind on.
Understand.
Nox will give Eris a good pat on the shin and give Amira a thumbs up and walk inside.
I'll just nod with that basic acknowledgement.
Don't worry, Robin. I think it's just a wild shape. Seems like the Chewinga gave him a blessing.
Very good. We've had enough excitement for one day.
Oh, Robin, for what it's worth, I may have taken a walk after the last fight, and I apologize, but I ran into the keeper.
Oh, yes.
The lady in the mirror has been for the battle.
Can you hold that statement right there?
Okay.
Unless you were going to finish it up in any way.
Yeah, essentially that was it. He was gonna say she's been moved, and there's a lot more to say later, but right now, just so that you're aware, because I know you are concerned about it, she has been.
So he told you he moved her to his highest civilian general.
He,
Somewhere out in the middle of the lake. Kurt is currently sitting on top of his ship, standing next to a floating mirror lady.
Hurt?
The one who left the poopy bag?
Yeah, Nox has never met him.
Oh,
All right, listen, you. You listen to me. Do you understand?
as she kind of slowly turns.
Damn it! Look at me when I'm talking to you. Nichols, this is not how you get subjects. Remember this.
You see the tiny Umber Hulk kind of giving a salute as she finally turns back in his direction.
You understand? You listen to me now. You work for me. Stop turning.
And that was all for that scene.
Oh, good God.
Oh my word.
Scene has been sitting there for literally months.
Incredible. Well, no,
And
quite
I
incredible, but very funny.
It was going to end up there one way or another. I just was like, oh, well, shit happened last game. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Back to what happened.
Comedy. Yeah.
And
So anyway,
yeah, so just like she has moved. There's not. I have plenty to explain once we're all together and not dealing with goddamn transmutations. I am going to go try and cook. Get my mind off things.
Good plan.
you may find our ingredient store slightly diminished.
That is okay. Whatever's in the bag of colding, I do not think has been touched.
What's in the bag of colding includes the calamari. Remember, the illicit medallion isn't there because of
Oh, I thought you took it out.
Oh right, yeah, I did. I was holding it out, but I suppose Nia took it out. Yeah, let's go with that. It's easier than trying to.
Nox is not going far. He is literally going over to a side away from everyone, and literally will pull out his all-purpose tool and summon an entire minor-looking kitchen sort of thing to start cooking 72 pounds of gator meat with.
oh god, did I really get that much gator meat?
Yep.
Oh god. Well, you guys are gonna be protein. Y'all gonna get swole.
It's full as fuck.
And essentially, he's starting with that, cooking it. Then he's going to dry the hides. He's going to deal with the tea. Oh, yeah, don't. I will be planning for us to sell a bunch of this, by the way. Also,
I would like to mind you that if you plan to dry the dragon meat, it's actually worth less when it's dried.
oh, he's not drying the meat. He'll be dealing with the dragon meat later.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I looked at it, I was like, dragon jerky, yes, it lasts for a while, but it drops down to like 2 gold.
So he's going to see how well he cooks this gator meat, and he is going to then contemplate whether he's willing to take a chance at making some really gourmet dragon food, or just if it's better off selling it to someone that can do it better than him.
Then we'll do a nature check. Did you do anything with the parcel?
He also going over to the side. He will open it once he's out of eyesight of everyone. Kind of.
You open up the parcel. No. You open up the parcel to go ahead and find that it is more or less a paper bag of holding.
Oh my word.
It's really is like a paper bag of holding. Not very deep, about the size of a desk drawer.
Oh, if we need to bring food home, it'll be a great shopping bag for that.
You do find 2 little notes inside.
Yeah, he would have like reached his hand in just to see if there was anything in there. Oh. I take it you're sending one more thing, or is that it?
There's more things.
Okay.
Oh no. Tangible concern.
The hell? So I don't know. Is it me or is Nox's name moving and not Nox?
Ah,
On my screen, I'm moving Nox, but I'm just moving his name, not his image. Just
oh no, you're moving.
Okay, so it's just probably a Y issue on my end. Nox will chuckle. Rilvin, do you have a moment? I have a gift for you.
Rovan raised his eyebrows, slightly concerned.
Oh, it's even better. It's from the Keeper.
Rovan raised his second eyebrow.
I really hope you don't have an issue with a sense of fashion.
Oh no.
Rovan is out of eyebrows.
He grows an extra one over his third eye.
You will grow a mustache, and that will be the third eyebrow. Nox is going to hand Rovan a cloak, essentially. A very, very beautiful green ornate cloak.
Fancy.
Unfortunately, I cannot wear this. It is too obvious.
Ah,
One cannot be too well dressed while out
you can
in public.
you can identify if you.
Okay. What do you want for a roll?
You could do Arcana if you like,
Or I can just cast Identify for you.
or you could do that.
Eh.
Let's see how he does.
I want to see. Yeah, go ahead. Do it. Do it. Do 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 do.
Not so great.
Okay, it's
Full attempt.
not. It's not super uncommon. So this is as you unfold this cloak that he lays out on the table for you. You can actually see it's a full body, but it does have a nice shimmering green to it. It actually looks quite comfortable. Your people have actually worn these before. It's called Nature's Mantle. The cloak shifts color and textures to blend with the texture surrounding you. While wearing the cloak, you can use it as a spellcasting focus for both druids and ranger spells. While you are in an area that is lightly obscured, you can hide as a bonus action even if you are directly observed.
Essentially, Nox would have rolled scored a 28 if there's anything else needed.
I shall be sure to thank Keeps when next I see him.
Nox is also. Is there a bunch of those second the certificates, or is there just one?
There's one listed out to each of you. I just didn't have the time to write them all.
Yeah, perfect. Nox is also going to hand Robin a parchment. I guess it's official now.
If you go to your loot percussion,
Oh. Well, there's Vulcan.
as I also said to him, you found a potion of lightning resistance, a potion of psychic resistance, 2 minor healing potions. And you do find with a small bow attached to it,
That is adorable as hell. I need to find a way to enchant
Oh
that.
my god, that's hilarious.
now if you buy 10 of those and put them on each finger, we're gonna have a conversation later.
Oh my god, that's going to end interestingly.
Reload! No, reload! No,
So would I be able to combine all of them in a setup of a brass knuckle and then have it as one solid imbuement so that I don't have to reload it?
That seems like it would be pretty stupid. Please do it.
I just broke Swan's head.
I'm not saying that couldn't happen.
I'm sensing a butt there.
Because I say this and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna uber enchant this. It's gonna do 2d8 damage per
He is
finger
going to help.
times 5 fingers. And then I punch him.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
And don't forget the +9 to hit and +9 damage due to my abilities.
The artificer just became a melee type, but he's still range, but I am both.
Yep. He's a melee type. He's just still using guns. He's just punching people with them now.
I can look. What was it? You'll just person that fights with their hands. There's a certain term for it.
Pugilist.
Pugilist. Yes, he is now a pugilist.
Eris, do you do anything that? What did we hand him the
Next.
amulet?
Yeah, now you can go ahead and do their stuff.
Eris, did we hand you the amulet?
We were going to. We just never got that far yet.
Diana, did you hand him the amulet?
I guess.
You get handed the amulet, Eris, and you do not feel the whispers that others have described.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know what these whispers were.
You could try, focusing through it.
Okay. Do that.
Looking for. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Looking for something. I don't remember. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Where's my folder? Yeah, where's my folder? There it is. Okay, I got that one. So, you are handed the amulet as the others kind of rifle through things. And as you focus in on the amulet, you see another vision. You appear to be inside the engine room.
You just see brown. No.
You just see Brown.
Yeah, there's nothing on the screen.
How's that?
Still brown.
What do you mean still Brown?
There's nothing to see. I see my name tag, but otherwise it's just color. Same.
Is it still Brown?
Hmm?
The fuck?
I had this problem as well. I had to hit F5 and reload the page.
Yeah, that's just roll 20 things.
That's better. Okay, we're good, John.
Okay. So you see what looks like a terrible mess right now?
Bunch of pods. Something up there, yeah.
What's it look like to you? So I know.
I see like inside of a ship. I see a bunch of pods. There's one token on the table, and there's something big on the other end. Possible reactor or containment.
Roll light. You'll have to read the
The map is called Hyperdrive Fleet.
And I believe you got a mess.
Did I get a what?
If you'll check your message,
Why are we suddenly in a black screen? Sorry to step away.
refresh your page.
Oh, good God. You do have a name tag at the bottom, right?
Hopefully everyone's able to see things. I can't tell. Usually I get more reaction when I put kind of these kind of things on the screen.
Sorry, I'm having roll 20 difficulties.
Well, you heard my reaction. Oh, dear God.
Yep, I'm having roll 20 difficulties. 5 again.
Alright, Sean. I read that.
I presume this is in the amulet?
This is channeling through the amulet.
Okay, so Nox will shut up.
You're the only one who, by the way,
Jesus
can see this
Christ.
message. There.
What did the rest of us see? Just all of this?
No,
No.
it's actually just him.
He's literally you're watching Eris just like channel and twitch and shiver sort of thing. His tentacles
But you do
are
notice
flailing.
you do see of the 5 figures, only one of them is actually whole. As you see a scientist who seems to be having his head lumped down. It's almost in a sad slant.
Stop and turn and look at him.
As he kind of looks up towards you, I can do this now. In your mind, kind of like do that little snapshot sound where like something, that Tell me when you see it.
Yeah, I see it. Is that what's in that pot?
No, it just happened when you looked at him. And towards the top of the screen, I don't know how far out you're pulled or not.
I can see it.
From the chamber, you hear the stirring.
What is it that you want from me?
Oh shit.
What?
That's enough of that, Predator. And okay, wait, too much more bait. There we go. And the vision has ended. You are still as an illithid right now.
Turn back to Mara and I'll explain to her what I just seen and
Are you you want me to read off the letter?
Sure.
Or do you want to read it off? You know what? I'm gonna have you read it off.
Well, do I have the physical letter, or am I just trying to remember this guy?
No, I sent it to you, and
I know it in terms of my character.
well, I'm letting you.
Like, am I pulling something out to read it, or am I just kind of? I guess my character. Am I pulling this out to read?
You're well. You can see it effectively on the ground. But we're gonna say that Amira is gonna relay it to everyone else. I'm making you work for it.
Okay. The letter says, "Day 22. It happened. It finally happened, and it was only a matter of time. But I heard it. I heard the damn map. Is map right? Map from the power grid. I heard the whooshing of the airlocks closing the vent system. I heard her scream. I don't think she knew what it was at first. I think she thought it was some kind of joke. Poor Ventessa. She had been in on it with him since the beginning. But it looks like he changed. Finally. Power needed to be saved, but she was chosen. Why not me? The pounding on the metal went on for several hours, and then only after a little while I thought about checking in on her. But I know what must have happened. How long will I be a part of this torture? I have to figure out this shard sooner, before Dr. Winslet does. Signed, DKP.
And I will drop that and loop it. But Rovan, you have not. But Rovan, Eris, you have not seemingly acquired any abnormalities. Except for the fact that you have tentacles coming out of your face and your wings are large and you're
Other than physical
tall.
abnormalities, yes.
Yes. Although you have started to attract some attention from the locals. There was already a body in the front.
What do you guys make of the vision I've seen? I mean, anything to any of you?
I think everyone's been
Nox is in the back cooking food right now. Unless someone goes and talks to him, he's just kind of cooking back there.
Can't get in.
You could try doing acrobatics.
Is there
I'm
not a
gonna
hole in the
break
roof from the eel?
No, the eel never broke any holes in the roof.
Oh, I thought that's why Mira looked up and said so. The roof doesn't fall apart.
No, you guys fixed the roof. That's why I was saying that that Eris is
Right,
already
we
up there
fixed the
fixing the.
roof first.
How did the eel get out of the house then? Or how big is the eel?
Rovan
It
took
never-
him for a
it ne-
walk.
I said you could try acrobatics. I didn't say it was going to go great. Maybe the door got a little squeezed. You don't know. Maybe it doesn't go on its hinges.
I'm gonna need to install barn doors on the place.
Actually, that way you said yes. No, the eel got out. You should be able to fit Eris if you try.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'll
They're about
try
the
then.
same size.
Just want me to roll for
Alright.
it, or you want me to just try?
Yeah, just roll. Just do better than a 9, let's say.
And that's acrobatics, or
It'll be acrobatics. Okay, you are like, I this is a little silly. I got this.
oh god,
You
now I
lower-
rolled that. Really?
You lower one wing and then slide
Damn.
through, and then push the other wing through.
He literally
You suc-
he outsmarted a dog. A dog will run through with a chunk of tree in its mouth and just right into the door frame. And he's like, "Oh wait, if I go sideways, I'm good."
and Amira will tell you a little bit about, I guess, the message he set off. But Eris, it'll be up to you to kind of describe the vision when you decide to leave your form.
I thought I described it to Jamira. Hoping that she could still translate.
She will tell you all that Eris had a vision about what looked to be like a laboratory, that you saw what looked to be like the ghostly figure of an individual. She will describe how there were several others, and that for a moment as he was approaching the ghostly individual, you saw the body of the Keratin Knight. She will then describe how at the center of this room there was a large containment area, followed by the same eye-looking thing you guys saw coming out of the Tyrant's portal, followed by the same scream. And Eris is still an Illithid. And she feels seemingly both comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time as she wants to pull a hat on her head.
Well, that sounds like it kind of sucked, but at the same point. Wait, did he mention the bit about the eye?
Yeah, I relate the whole thing.
As Eris sits down on top of a very small stool.
I'll be right back.
Right.
Why does something tell me that if that is a similar looking eye to the... Oh.
Well, adventurers,
I am greatly concerned that these things are not new. They're not new, but they've been been poking around at this realm for some time then. They're trying to put plans in place. Very possible we're far behind the gun on this one.
anything from you and I? Rovan?
Rovan's had about enough for the day. He's covered many miles with an eel, trying to work off some of that energy. So he's pretty much just. Oh yeah, well we have a giant illithid now. Cool.
Oh, right. Nia's just sort of like staring
Everyone-
contemplatively.
Everyone puts on a helmet.
For what it's worth, Swan, I just rolled for a cooking check. 28. So at least
Yeah, okay.
there's some great food over
Listen,
there.
bacon. You made bacon and eggs with no eggs, okay?
Oh, I've done some
Guy,
I've done some shit with this gator meat.
this is some fabulous ass food.
Nice, nice, nice.
You gator surprisingly doesn't have a slimy taste to it. It actually tastes a lot like chicken, which is just more of a neutral flavor. But you were able to get it such that the caramelized crust on the outside is delicious. Even a vegetarian would be like, okay, maybe I would have that, some of that, a little bit.
That's without spices and all the good stuff. So Nox is
Wonderful.
feeling a little bit better.
What did you spray on top, nanites? What was that? Nothing.
I'll
Well, I
turn
mean, they heal, I guess.
visually look at Nox and basically say, I think we should see the Keeper in this one. See if he might have insights.
Amir
Not-
will tell you what he said.
Yeah, Nox is literally gonna like cooking food. The thing is gonna talk to him. He's gonna blink a few times. Amira.
I'm looking at him, but I'm assuming Amira's going to translate it.
I'm gonna have to translate it. But yes, we'll keep
Looking at
playing
Nox
third party.
to inform that we're talking to
Telephone.
Nox. So.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the keeper already knew about this at this moment. Something tells me he keeps very well informed. Oh, Amira. Please inform Eris that we have a lead on our next location.
She will let you know. I meant to also say at the bottom of the bag that you pulled out, the paper bag of holding, you did find what looks like this kind of more or less like a spice sack.
Ah! Well, we'll have to have a little chat after there's one just to figure out what exactly is going to happen, because 72 pounds of gator meat is going to take a while to cook.
It's not spice.
What?
Did you read the message?
Yeah, I don't.
Confusion, concern, moderate alarm.
Healing, eyes of minute seeing, psychic resistance, lightning resistance.
Did you read the message?
Which message? I'm confused.
Heroes, I'm sorry that I'm not good with meetups and goodbyes, but please know the city knows your name. Thank you. Here are some items from my collection. Feel free to use what you may. There's a little extra something in there for someone who may know what happened to Eridan. Seek out Astrid Dreadwhite. Let her know it's homemade.
Oh.
You can look inside if you want.
Yeah, he's going to definitely look inside.
It's a mummified finger.
Ah.
Is it sad that this doesn't even faze me anymore? Nox is just going to put the finger back in.
He just pulls it out and looks.
Pulls it out, looks, sighs, puts it back in.
So, players, it's up to you. Where are you going next?
Okay, so if I may recap, we have a god we need to save. We figured out what happened to the Drippy Barrel people, and we have reported that effectively to.
You just kind of dipped out far from there.
Oh shit! Sorry. Oh, apparently my microphone's actually doing like Focal points. Impressive. What else do we have? Does anyone remember?
You had the looking into the Eridan situation. You had the drippy barrel and concern regarding the barrel situation. And you also had Ilnaya's brother.
Oh, right. The curse on Elnaya, too.
Yep, that's also a problem. Just a little bit of a problem. He is honestly a little surprised she didn't show up in the middle of all that bullshit to, fuck shit up.
Which path will you take? I'm curious to know. Mostly
Uh,
because I gotta put the maps out.
Iridan. Where's Iridan again?
Da, 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 da. I will show you effectively what directions you guys would have to go in. So, if you'll please back your map out a little bit, you guys are right now located here. Let me know that you can see it.
Yep.
Let me
So-
zoom in a little. Okay, we're there. All right, yes.
So, your directions to go at this particular time, should you choose, if you were to go be investigating Naya's brother, you'd be going there. If you were to be investigating the Drippy Barrel people, you'd be going there. And if you were to be investigating Eridan, you'd be going there.
We also had to go. Wasn't Mira looking at a books library for us to go to? Or has that already been resolved?
Ah, yes, all that. Yes, that. Yes, that would be on the opposite side of the sun. There.
For what it's worth, Nox would probably pull up the star chart and start looking at it, seeing as he has navigation. So people can actually we can point at it and feel like it makes sense, sort of thing. Okay, so Elnaya, you are dealing with a problem here.
Yep. And how? Boy howdy, and how?
Honestly, I kind of want to get any sort of variables out of our equation. Does anyone know if we're on a time limit for any of these? If we're on a time limit, that's. I know the Drippy Barrel keeps asked us to check it within some days.
One of yours does have an active time limit that you know of. That would be the Drippy Barrel people, where you have effectively 17 days.
That's up there, right?
That is up there, yes.
And Naya's here, right?
Naya is there.
What are we looking at for travel times?
It's about a day per square.
Six days, 12 days. No, yeah, no, we have to do the Drippy Barrel.
You could beat it.
Ah!
You already know what the house looks like.
Oh shit! Right, we have to go in and infiltrate. Not what that is.
That was it.
Yeah, the meeting. Oh, we gotta go.
I will tell you if you subsequently. So that's 7. And then 10. You would be landing right on the day.
That's not good. That is so not good.
Well, I suppose it's decided then. Shall we be off?
Yes, Naya, I do apologize, but we need to get there and start scouting out the area as soon as we can, figuring out what's going on. And we already know that he's possibly suspected us. Our scry was interrupted, wasn't it?
It was at that. Oh, bother.
Let us know with what's going on, and if you need any assistance, you know we're here, but we have to deal. Bit of a bitch of a time.
Okay. And without any other intakes, which no one seems to have told me of any other intake,
Oh, I was gonna.
plan,
I was gonna say
plan is to go ahead.
if there was any shopping we can quickly do.
Then y'all will leave by morn.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, where's Vale? Did she technically kind of come back with us?
Probably. I have actually no idea where we're going right now. My brain has turned to mush.
And I
Well,
also need to get a new chirp.
Vale, we're gonna say, was delivering two of the god charts, or not, or she's failing.
Well, there's one god shard I want to get a hold of, but that I have no idea how she would have responded seeing Eris walk out in an elephant.
I mean, you could go get it. You could just have to ask out Eris for permission to go get it out.
Anybody have any shopping and whatnot they want to do before we go?
More eel snacks.
I was about to say mixed meats is still open for business.
Well, let me put it this way. First off, Nox needs to go get a new chirp. He needs to buy some seasoning, spices, and ingredients to start making meals because A, either have some great food for us, B, to sell it for a good price point because clearly he does have the ability to cook good quality foods. Or is there any profit in is there profit in doing that? I guess I should ask their Swan.
In spicing the food and then selling it.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that any quality food that you go ahead and cook and then sell out, you definitely could sell at a higher ranking.
So with
I mean, that's just standard. That's just standard business.
yeah. So with it looks like a difficulty class of 15 is to create a gourmet meal.
With alligator in the middle of the space.
Still gourmet.
That is gourmet.
Or the other question is, because there's also a prepared meal also gives 5 creatures of my choice 1 extra hit point per hit point die during a short rest. But I think that's kind of for the moment. With a good meal like that, would there be any sort of buffs to the team for eating good meals? Just something to throw out there.
I feel like this is like some kind of like Valheim like game. Like eating a higher quality meal gives me a better buff. Well, I mean, I would technically yes.
The references I've seen is stuff like just a bonus to your next skill check or saving throw or inspiration. Not like extra like super damage unless I'd say magical infusion.
No, but it's better than eating hardtack.
Yeah.
So what? Can I come back on that one?
Yep, works for me.
Does anyone else have anything you need to do in town before you all leave in the morning?
Nox is also going to ask Eris if we could bring the mycelium husk inside at least.
Mycelium husk. Oh, the wait, what are we talking about? The dead body. The dead body in the front yard.
Yeah.
But the children have just started to like paint it.
I'll bring it in.
Eris, would you be willing to carry the body? The 600-pound body?
As long as they're capable of doing it, yeah. I'm just about to put it.
in the back corner. Nox will start
What's-
working at it. He'll start working at
What's
it.
what's this room? This is our corpse room. What? What? Yeah, don't worry about it. It was already a corpse room. Wait, what?
We're in the basement. Wait, we have a basement, don't we?
You have a loading area, which effectively works like a basement.
We'll stick it in the basement.
Stick it in the basement. Well, all right. You guys will take off in the morning, and we'll see how things look. But I think that's where we will go ahead and cut the session here.
Oh,
With that, so it's full rest. Awesome. And how much would it cost gold?
How much for that? I'll get back to you on.
Also, who in this group doesn't have potions?
I don't.
I don't. I
I
should.
do not either.
I have 2 healing and 1 greater healing.
Did you take into account what was in the bag?
True, I guess we do have Oh, so sorry, we have 4 healing, 1 greater. Eyes of minute seeing, potion of psychic resistance, potion of lightning resistance. So I definitely don't need potions. You guys seem to need them, and just to have them on hand because I'm usually far away, and you guys being able to heal each other is way better. Who has the most HP out of everyone? They should get the greater healing. Otherwise, everyone else gets 1.
Mine was 57.
Damn. Robin, Naya? Higher or lower than that?
No, I'm at 52.
Nia's at like 40 something, 45. So
Give the greater to Robin.
yeah.
Okay. Greater healing to Robin. And a healing pot to Vale, Naya, Eris. I guess me.
Sounds like a plan.
Unless
And I'm gonna dump another item real quick in the loot percussion.
Hooray!
I guess Nox, you can tell Vale to look at it, but we're gonna assume that she'll see it by morning with you.
oh, she is going to be very happy with it.
Also, is that
And they
knife
have-
something I can identify in this form? That Veil was one of.
Technically, any of you guys could have done it. I think everyone was just like, "Oh, we'll just wait till we see Nox." Arcane can do it. It just there's a higher check, and then Identified is like, "I'll just skip the check."
Makes sense.
Nox rolled somewhere in the
Yeah,
high 20s. Good God.
you could have picked on that real easily. But yes, this is a, or rather, that was a psi-imbued Mercane dagger. The Mercane are the ones who effectively created Spelljammers,
Oh,
and they are space merchants, and they have kind of a hive mind kind of sense. So they work with people, but if you fuck with them, they'll know. They all will know, and you have one of their daggers. Which, as it says, it's a 2d6 plus 3 for psychic damage. If the target is a creature, it must succeed an intelligence saving throw or be frightened of the user, as well as having a once daily use of detect magic and light. And I have to come up with. There was a rod. There was a very nice jacket. There was, what else am I forgetting? There was a ring. Was I forgetting anything else that you plucked off her body?
I don't know. I wasn't there for that. Haha.
Nanai, did you guys pluck anything else out of the body, Eris?
As I recall, we just got the chirp and the. I don't know what Vale pulled off her. She just was. She
I thought.
was the one who did the looting.
Well, I think
She was very thorough.
I think you threw the jacket onto
Yeah,
Eris's face.
yeah, just to keep the tentacles out of sight. Last thing we needed was that was just Nia's instinct. It's like, oh yes, no, this is not something we want people to see. Nope.
There's still like 6 or 7 people who actually saw Eris fly through the city and are now panicking about aliens. Just because it's a side effect of the token. But yeah. And Eris, I will let you know that does not happen every time you use the mech.
Okay.
Actually, at some point, if Eris comes back, returns back, Nox is going to ask Eris about plucking the green god shard out of it. Ask about it, if it's possible or not.
Eris, would you allow him to pluck the shard out?
Having studied engagement as such, would I notice that that's even useful to main function?
So effectively, when you pluck the shards out, it disables the ability to use those abilities. The power system comes from the shock coils.
How many of those shards does Nox have? Does he have 2 or will he have 2 or will he have 3?
You have 1.
Okay,
of
so I will,
of Enki's.
okay, so I will have 2.
So can we? Let me ask you this, Eris. Would you allow him to take the green shard?
If it doesn't harm the function of the unit, is just a unit, no, I wouldn't mind at all.
It does not.
Then he can have it. And if the same goes for Vale, if those particular ones she wants aren't critical to the unit's function, then she can have them as well.
It does not.
Yeah, so I'd allow them to go, as long as the mech fires up and functions.
It still fires up.
It still fires up and fires.
Nox would actually show Eris one of the other Anki shards that he has. Make it stronger. Or maybe it's best since we don't have him in there.
As you bring the shard closer together, now I gotta figure out how to do this.
Do we want to just call it here, guys?
Oh yeah, we're calling it. This is just bonus.
Fascinating.
Alright, well, do you need me for anything else? Because I'm actually going to go to bed.
No, sir. Go to sleep.
Have a good night, all.
Good night.
Good night.
I too am going to have to bail. Thank you again, Sean.
Yep, it's always fun.
That's fine. Nox, I will just let you know before leaving, if you'll go to loop percussion. As you brought the 2 shards together, you will hear what sounds like the cracking of stone as the 2 intermix into each other.
Ah, that's new.
I was suspicious.
You can now actually see inside of the shard an image of a deer.
Oh dear.
Ah.
And
Sorry, that was very low hanging fruit.
it has been upgraded. It's been upgraded with apparently a spell that I haven't yet saved, so I will be dropping that loop percussion soon.
Is that correlating to my horns?
This is.
Or is this the shard itself?
The shard is what produces your horns.
Oh, okay. I was suspicious of that.
Please hold.
And
there it is.
For what
I got it now.
For what it's worth, bringing it together, and if there's any change that I felt in that, it would have been a very okay, no, I haven't been blessed. I am being imbued with Cards.
There you go.
Ah! Well, I'm glad I didn't take jump as a spell. Now, out of curiosity, with these incantations, do they go off of my spell power, or is it something with the shard itself?
Yes.
Is that you being coy again?
It shouldn't affect it. Nope. Yep. You can use your spell level.
Okay, so I just have essentially another 5 cure wounds with what my spell attack bonus with it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Holy shit!
Congratulations, designated healer.
Yeah, no shit. Like I do a minimum of 11 HP healing.
Goodness.
Which means I need to do more than 11 HP with it. Damn it.
Oh no.
Okay, now with the shard, it is only level 1. I can't cast it at a higher spell level, can I?
No, that means that it costs 1 per use.
Oh, okay. Okay, so here's the thing. With artificers, they can cast all their spells at a higher level.
Ah.
So I can cast my healing at a level 2, and it'll be 2d10. Sorry, 2d8 plus 10.
Is this a spell or a spell-like ability?
Yes, that's what I'm kind of trying to just make sure I'm clear on.
It's more like a spell-like ability.
Okay, so it's kind of like a wand.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep. No, I just want to have a differentiation on that. Interesting. Oh god,
Positively
and I swear to god if my horns change.
That would be hilarious.
Okay. I guess I'll drop this now. So when you use jump, your legs turn into a deer.
Ah!
Oh my god, the littlest centaur.
You will effectively look like a
Satyr.
a
It's
satyr.
Yep.
A satyr. Yep. You will effectively look
right.
like a satyr.
I was thinking you said deer, so I pictured like his torso replacing the neck and head. And
Yeah.
Oh
like,
no! Well, that's a little too
Deer.
far down the line. I wasn't gonna go that far down, but yeah, no, he'll look
Alright.
like a little satyr.
Deer hind legs. Oh, that's cute.
Oh good god.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
It's gonna be quite
Sorry.
fawny.
Do
isn't it?
know that if you haven't picked up, I gave you 2 potions of healing.
Yep.
I gave you effectively 5 uses of cure wounds daily.
On top of
Oh
what I
god,
can cast.
we're going to be taking a lot more damage.
He has to. He has to start hitting us harder.
I tried not to go down Gary's scary remit of the rocket punch method, but in order to keep you guys a little in check, I do have to up power. Now I'm not saying I'm gonna go like, okay, every hit 75 damage, but if you're gonna hit me strong, I'm going to find you.
The thing is, so first off, I think you actually do hit fairly hard because you have almost consistently taken down at least one of our party members every time.
Yep.
I
Or
think
more.
it's the AC that you're struggling with because my AC is a minimum of 20.
Yeah, but we'll chuck this up later. I gotta go. I gotta get
Okay.
my kid.
Alright.
Y'all have a wonderful night. Okay.
Have a good one.
Sleep already. Bye.
Good night.